All right. Okay, let's make sure that we're getting our audio in correctly. Let's go to YouTube, pull up the stream. Here we are. Okay, so we've got until 11:50 before all this goes down. So we got some time. All right. No, leave that alone. Okay, we got 50 viewers so far. Wow, that's actually kind of impressive. Well, let me go ahead and be the first to welcome you guys to this Warriors Den live reaction. I want to thank you guys for choosing me as the one that you watch to see what's going on in the world of For Honor and to see kind of where we're going to be going, what things will be looking like. Because I know that you could be watching a lot of other people. I think Havoc is doing a reaction video. I think Slanderous will probably do one. I wouldn't be surprised if John DeLiner or Freeze or some others did reactions. I want to thank you guys for coming to watch me do it because it means a great deal. It means a great deal that y'all come to check me out. So sound is good? Yeah? Okay, good. Yep, Jordy says sound is good. All right, so y'all can hear me all right. If y'all have any troubles with the audio, please let me know. Let me know that you're having trouble, and we will do our best to fix it. So yeah, this is now. Some of you might be wondering, Raven, why are you starting so soon? Why are we like an hour early? Well, that's because, for one thing, it gets me to keep waking up early because that's the one thing. It's funny, even though I took the day off from subbing to do this, I still don't want to fall into bad habits like sleeping too late. So I wanted to say like, nope, you know what? I still need to wake up early. So let's give myself a reason to keep getting up early. Let's make the stream a little early. So that's part of the reason. And the other reason is because I like talking to you guys. I like getting to answer questions and talk about some stuff, shoot the breeze with you guys, you know what I mean? Let's see. Hey, Raven, finally made a stream after a while. Excited to see the title update with you. I'm excited too, man. They aren't as charismatic as you, fan. Hey, man, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Can't wait to see the new armors. Me either. I can't wait to see them. I haven't even touched For Honor in a year, but I'll support the channel. Hey, well, you know, I've had a few people tell me that they don't really follow the game For Honor, but they still enjoy the channel. And you know what? That's great. I mean, I think that's awesome. You know, I think it says a lot about a content creator or an artist or what have you. Where, like for example, I'll give you an example. One of my favorite YouTube singers is Divide Music, and he basically makes rock songs and that he sings himself and composes himself about anime. Now, some of the anime he makes songs about I know and love, and so I get very excited for those songs. But even if it's an anime I don't really care for, don't really know much about, I still watch it because I enjoy his work. In fact, he made one. I think he teamed up with Amelie actually to do a song on Has Been Hotel. And they also collaborated to do a song for Sword Art Online. Now, I don't like Sword Art Online, and I don't like Has Been Hotel, but I watched both videos and heard both songs and loved both of them. They're both on my Spotify now because I think they're so good. So that says a lot about a creator when they can bring in an audience who doesn't even necessarily like all the stuff that they make content about, but they still enjoy the content creator. So there's that. Sorry, I went off on there. Hey Raven, do you think the throwback event will be Test Your Metal? I'm pretty sure. Hopefully they do my Viking some justice with the new armor. Actually, they're not, and let me explain why. They announced this in the year reveal that they're breaking up when they do new armors. This season, they're going to do Knight and Samurai armors only, but next season they're going to do Viking, Wulin, and Outlander armors. They're kind of breaking it up because they've got too many heroes and they can't make unique armors for every hero each season right now, so they're breaking it up by season. Oh, I listen to Divide 2. Yeah, there it is. There you are. Raven is one of those YouTubers where you disable ad block, not gonna lie. Thank you. Hey Raven, can you do another Dead Island 2 stream with Lark? I love the last one. Yeah, we were actually talking about doing that sometime soon. Havoc's in chat. What, dude? Glad to have you, Havoc, dude. That I don't know if you'll stick around because I know you got your own thing to do, but that's it's awesome to have. Awesome to see you're here, dude. That was awesome. Havoc is Warden Daddy and Ruth is Warden Mommy. Yes, Vlad, this is very true. Havoc is correct. Like this is correct. I want Ruth and I want Havoc's Warden. I forget what name did Eridalupi give it. Eridalupi actually made a name and lore for Havoc's Warden. I need to watch that video again. I forgot now, but I need to watch it again. Once I watch it again, I may do like a crossover lore between those two. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I need to think on it. But anyway, Divide, Fabville, and Jonald are probably my top favorites of the nerd core. Divide's good, Fabville's good. I also like Daddy Fat Snaps. If you haven't heard Daddy Fat Snaps, he's awesome. He's really good. Yeah, I'm hanging here for a bit. Yeah, Ultor. Okay, then I will see what I can do there. I'll write up some ideas. I love drafting story ideas and character ideas, and For Honor's a great world to play with story ideas. So I'll think about how I could have Ultor and Ruth interact. I'll watch the video again, get like an idea of what I want to do there, and I'll create something. We'll see. I'm playing with some ideas in my head literally right now. Just what could I do? Save that for later. Compartmentalize for later. I'll have time tomorrow to write that up because I'll be subbing again. God. Why are they doing Warriors Den on Wednesday? Actually, I think they usually do it on Wednesday because they like to do it right before the title update drops. I think that they like to do that. Raven, what do you think would happen if a human from Warhammer 40k universe was transported to the 21st century? They wouldn't know what to think of this. This place is way too peaceful for them. You know, it's way too... It's not at all what they'd be expecting. Hey, Raven, is Apollyon in heaven or hell? Hell, probably. Because evil in and of itself is from a point of perspective. That's not entirely true. Evil is not just a point of perspective. Most of us, actually all of us, can agree on certain aspects of evil. Evil doesn't just come from perspective. Havoc getting recognized by Havoc, my Raven getting recognized by Havoc, my man moving up in the community. Let me be clear. When I started making For Honor content, I followed a lot of other content creators for a while to try to get an idea of like who were the ones to follow, who were the ones who knew the most about the game. Because the truth is, I'm not great at the game. I'm not very good at the gameplay itself. But I wanted to get to know content creators who were good at it, like John DeLiner, Havoc, folks like them. And so, but the thing was, I didn't want them to just be the same people who were really, really good at the game, but just do nothing but talk trash about the game. And that would annoy me. It's kind of like, you're really good at the game, but you're still going to talk trash about it. I didn't want to see that. I wanted to see people who were not only good at the game, but not only were entertaining to watch, good at the game, but also could talk about the game from an objective perspective, as well as be fair to it. And Havoc is one of the people who I feel can do that. And that's rare, you know. And I'm not saying that everyone should just simp to For Honor. I'm not saying that at all. I don't want that. But fair content creators who are very entertaining are rare. And so Havoc's one of those that I enjoy. Yeah, Havoc's been here before, dog. He's been here before. He doesn't always pop in chat, but he's been here before, which makes me feel really good because Havoc's awesome. Glad to have someone like that in my chat. Good morning, Raven. Good morning. If real-world Vikings were transported into the world of For Honor, would they survive? Well, there's like magic and stuff in For Honor. What isn't there? I doubt it. Raven, I don't know if someone was asked this before, but I'm curious to hear where you would put Pirate, Medjai, and Aphira in your Deadliest Warrior list. Thanks for taking the time to read this. No problem. Oh, okay, so if I were to remake my Deadliest Warrior list, Pirate would go up in the rankings probably somewhere around Conqueror's level because of the gun. Even though it's a flintlock pistol, and flintlock pistols aren't necessarily equal to knight armor, it would still be a very big advantage. But she lacks the armor to make her able to really hold her own. Medjai would be low on the list. His weapon is clunky, not the best that you'd want to use. He's wearing very minimal armor. He'd be pretty low on the list, I'd say. Probably around maybe below Sanhu or Orochi level. And then Aphira's got a shield, minimal armor, and a short-range mace. That would be good against some armored opponents. The problem is it's not a very heavy mace, and she's swinging it one-handed. That's not going to help her. And acrobatics aren't going to get you very far in an actual realistic fight. That's a tough one. I would need to really think about that one. Let me think about a fear and I'll get back to you on that. Hi, Ubisoft new maps. Imagine it, please. Can we get some? Yes, I want new maps. I've been dying for new maps. Like, I literally said it before. Ubisoft, you can take a whole year off from making heroes. Just make some new maps, okay? I want a year where we'd get nothing but maps each season, okay? If we could do that, then I would be happy. I wouldn't mind it. I'd be like, oh, we don't need heroes every season. We need maps every season. Come on. Do you think they should add a male pirate version? So far, all the Outlander heroes have been gender locked. No, I'm fine with the female. I know this is going to sound weird, guys. I don't mind the female gender locked pirate. I really don't mind it. Because I know what they're doing. They're referencing Chang'e. And I think that's clever. I think that's a clever reference. I don't have any problem with referencing Chang'e, so I don't see the issue. I know that people are upset by that because they want the creativity to make their own pirate, but at the same time, by that logic, there are some heroes who are gender locked. Warmonger's gender locked, Valkyrie's gender locked, Nobushi's gender locked, Shaman's gender locked, Aramush is gender locked, Highlander's gender locked. Now, some of those I'm like, I could see a female or male version of these heroes. And others I'm like, nah, I don't really want to. Like, for example, take Nobushi. I don't really want to see a male Nobushi. But I might want to see a female Highlander. You know, it's one of those things. And Pirate's one of those I'm like, nah, I'm fine with where they're at. I'm totally fine with it. Let's see. Raven, how would you rate the breathing styles in Demon Slayer? How would I rate them? Well, in martial arts, breathing is important. Well, okay, breathing's important regardless, okay? But I'm talking about, like, in martial arts, breath and breath control is important. Actually, it's very... One of the first things I learned when I was training in Muay Thai was when you get punched, like in the stomach or chest, you want to expel the breath from your body immediately. Because if you're trying to hold your breath or breathe in when you get punched, it can knock the wind out of you, especially if you get hit in the diaphragm or the solar plexus. So you want to go like I learned this technique, like you just make a grunting noise and shoot all the air out of your body at once. Not only does it tighten your stomach and chest muscle to absorb the impact, but you won't get the air knocked out of you. So controlling your air and when you take it in and how you breathe is very important in martial arts. So I think it's very clever that in Demon Slayer they have breathing styles. I think that's unique. Do I think they're realistic? Hell no, but I think it's a cool idea. We need a female Scent in Law Mommy. Law Mommy, yes. Scent, I don't know. Hey, Raven, do you believe everything in the Bible is historically accurate to what actually happened? I believe that there are parts of the Bible that are metaphorical. Like, many people argue that the book of Job is a story, not an actual event. Like a fable, if you will. But, for the most part, yes, I do believe that the Bible is historical, and we can actually trace certain events in the Bible to historical records. So there is evidence to suggest that most of the Bible, if not all of the Bible, is historically sound. Hopefully my boy BP gets some good armor. I hope so too. Hey Raven, how do you think For Honor would react to a T-Rex? Well, I mean, they dealt with a giant snake monster. Come on. Raven, I got a question. Do you think the new Viking hero and Viking hero skin is going to be good? I don't know. I might like... Here's the thing. If I say I like it, I know that's not going to matter. Because, for example, I said I liked Pirate, and I was the minority. But lots of people may say, oh, like, the Viking hero skin may come out, and then they'll all go, oh, this Viking's garbage. The outfit looks terrible. They just hate Vikings. And I'll go, I like it, you know? I'm in a science class, so just dropping by for now. Love you, Raven. Hey, Kat, thanks for dropping by, but don't mess up on your studies. As a teacher myself, I know what that's like, so don't shirk on your studies, but glad to have you. Off topic, do you guys think the Alien Day DBD rumors will turn out to be true today? I have no idea. I think it would be cool if the next Outlander hero was a Zulu warrior. That would be cool. I also would like it if it was an Aztec or a Rajput. I honestly wouldn't mind a male peacekeeper, just make him look a little more buff and slightly taller. It could work. It could work. I prefer female peacekeeper, though. Hey, Raven, would you consider making a video comparing the old versions of the heroes to their modern movesets, like grading their combat styles? Well, the problem is a lot of their combat styles haven't changed all that much. Well, I mean, their mechanics have changed. Like whether they have unblockables, undodgeables, and stuff like that. But, like, for example, take Nobushi. Her moveset hasn't changed. The properties and speed of her moves have changed. So, I mean, I guess I could talk about that, but it wouldn't be very entertaining. Hey Raven, it's been a while. If you could change some contact orders XP, what would you change for me? I'd remove the allied and decrease 20 zones and 5. Yeah, I'd get rid. I would personally get rid of some of the allied orders because it's hard sometimes to connect with buddies to do stuff. I am still excited for the new Viking hero. I am too. I am too. Ubisoft seems to like the Vikings. I agree, they do. I think people just get upset because the Vikings don't look the way they want them to. Nothing built lasts forever, no matter what story, how great it fades with time. With each passing year, more and more details are lost until all remains. Right. Agreed. Stories change over time. But we have compared books of the Bible to their earliest recorded texts, and they are almost word for word accurate. So if you're still talking about the Bible, that doesn't hold up. Let's see. Male PK stabs you while aggressively speaking in a French accent. Okay. Just recently watched Lark's Lamentations and I started to miss them. Oh, I love Lark's Lamentations. I actually watch those sometimes for fun because Lark just does such a good job. He's still working on the NCR video. What other games do you play, Raven? I've been getting back into Diablo 3. Oh, other games I play. Let's see. Well, I make content for Dead by Daylight and Rainbow Six Siege, so I make content for those games. I play Wolong, Neo. I play some RPG games. I've played Mass Effect. I've played Dragon Age Inquisition. I play Star Wars: The Old Republic sometimes. Let's see. I've played. Well, I'm currently going through Dead Island 2, which it's entertaining so far. Let's see what else. I've played Sly Cooper. Those are like some of the first games I ever played. I played The Division 2, which was fun. I beat that. Shoot, I'm having trouble thinking of games I've played. What else do I play? Hey Raven, what do I think about this current year story? It's fine. The Inquisition's a little odd, though. Like, look, here's the thing. The way they're handling the Inquisition is weird. I don't mind an Inquisition idea. That's fine. I think it's weird the way they've implemented it. That's my issue with it. So, I'm okay with what's going on. I want to see where they're going. Hey, Raven, what war do you think it may be? Aztec one? Got any others? Aztec, Rajput, Zulu. Those are my early guesses. Raider is 100% just a D&D barbarian. Yeah, kinda, yeah. Will you do a stream for Jedi Survivor like for Dead Island? If there is a demand for it, and y'all help me pay for it, because money tight right now. To be able to play new games, I need to be able to afford new games. So, there is that. For you, Raven, I hope they improve Warden, make Ruth great again. Yes! Make Ruth great again. First time dropping by in between doing stuff for finals. If Alien is coming to DBD, what powers do you want Alien to have? I want Alien to be able to plant chest burster or face hugger aliens around the map to jump out and jump on a survivor. If the face hugger jumps on a survivor, it acts kind of like Pig's Trap, where if they don't do something to cleanse themselves in time, the chest burster will burst out of their chest, insta-killing them, just like the Pig's Trap. But then where they die, that spawns a smaller alien who can screech and reveal locations of other survivors. I literally made that up at the top of my head. I don't think that's a good idea. Please, behavior, if you're listening to this stream, do not listen to me. That's a terrible idea. It's just the first idea I came up with. Okay? If Ubi created a new Viking Outlander, I mentioned the Saxon a few times, but named the character Hangest. Okay. I saw your Best Girl video, and I love it. It was funny to watch and enjoyable, but would you make a part 2 for some other heroes, like Black Prior would be the goth girl, or Warden would be the basic? I've been asked to do a part 2, but I talk about best guys. We'll see. We'll see what we do later. I might do that later after I reach 30,000 subs. Pigman win. I don't know. Yo, Raven, weird question. As a Christian, what do you think happens to people of other faiths when they die? Do they go to heaven, hell, or purgatory? I don't believe in purgatory, first of all. That's a very Catholic idea. I don't believe in purgatory. There's no evidence in the Bible that suggests purgatory exists. Unfortunately, I do believe that Jesus was very clear in the Bible. I am the way, the truth, and the life. None may come to the Father except through me. So Jesus is the only way to salvation. If it's not through Jesus, it's not salvation. So the Bible's very clear on that point. I know that a lot of people don't like to hear that. I know that it's not very PC to say, but it is the truth. If your salvation is not through Jesus, it's not salvation. Moving on. Ever thought about doing something about Darkest Dungeon? I've never played it. Lark has, though. Hey, Raven, best buddies? I do have a best buddy, but I haven't talked to him in a few days. I need to get back in touch with him. Hey, Raven, how do you feel about DBD putting in a Predator or the Alien versus Predator series? I don't see it. I just don't see it. Don't get me wrong, Predator and Alien are both cool, but here's the thing. The entity somehow has to convince the Predator and the Alien to work for it. And how are you going to do that? How are you going to convince them to work for you? Predator only hunts for sport, and none of the survivors are going to be good challenge. And Alien is just a wild animal. I don't know. Hey, Raven, how do you feel if they put Predator instead of Alien? I just said what I thought about that. People from other faiths, bruh. Well, I mean, here's the way I look at it. I'm either wrong or I'm right. And if I'm wrong, well, okay. If I'm right, I'm going to be the one going, bruh. I don't think they'll do an Alien versus Predator type event. I don't think so either. I don't see that happening. Have you seen the trailer for SISU? I don't know what SISU is. I feel very out of the loop. I don't know what that is. Hey, Raven, have you watched the show The Chosen? Yes, I love The Chosen. What a great show. Absolutely love that show. Probably one of the best gospel interpretations I've ever seen. Ooh, got $10 from Jarl of Helheim. Hey, Raven, what do you think about scientists wanting to disprove the Bible? Controversial take, I know, but was just curious. You want to know something funny? I was actually reading an interesting article written by a few cosmologists. Not cosmologists, sorry. I forget exactly the science type that it was. But they were basically arguing that many scientists who go out of their way to try to disprove the Bible end up becoming Christian themselves. Because the more they studied and the more they tried to find faults in the Bible through science, the more they realized that God has to exist. In fact, several scientists, I think there's a really good video on it, and I'll need to look it up later. There's a really good video where this guy basically goes through all these famous scientists throughout history and points out how all of them were either deists themselves, like believed in God, or eventually came to God. Even the patron saint of atheism, Charles Darwin, was a deist. He believed in a God, and he even said, my theories don't disprove anything. So, the fact is, a lot of scientists have found that science does not disprove God. Science affirms God. It's really interesting. I missed a few things. Let me see. Hey, Raven, any suggestion for the weapon of the new Viking hero? No, I'm actually very interested in what they're going to make. Hey, Raven, what do you think about the Cthulhu mythos or in general books of H.P. Lovecraft? Lovecraft was a very good writer. I think he was a very good horror writer who really revolutionized the idea of eldritch horror, which, hey, you know what? Props. Red, I'm sure you pray for the salvation of all, regardless of the path they walk to get there. I pray for everyone to find Jesus. I pray for everyone to find God. You know, that I pray that God's light will reach to all of them. I really do. I'd pay to have you voice an audiobook of the Bible. If you pay, I will make it, okay? I would not mind reading the Bible live on YouTube. I'm just sure I would get in trouble for it. What is God created the world and just sat back and waited for evolution to take course and humans to come up and then sent down his son some millions of years later? There's no evidence to suggest that God did not use evolution when creating the world. Lots of people like to think, oh, it's either creationism or evolution. And I'm like, can't it be both? Why couldn't evolution be the tool God used to create life? Evolution does not disprove God. It just presents an option for how God might have created humanity. Moving on. What's getting revealed today? The Title 2 update. We're going to see what it's all about. Hey, Raven, what would you think of a 10v10 war game mode for Honor? That'd be really cool, but really unbalanced. I'm hoping they're going to rework Warden. Please rework my boy Warden. Hey, Raven, which president is the most based? Oh, God. Teddy Roosevelt is up there, man. Teddy Roosevelt was a pretty based president. Then you got Ronald Reagan. Dude was absolutely based. George Washington, of course, was based. You got a lot of good options there. Hey, Raven, what's your thoughts on dinosaurs in the Bible? They're never mentioned, probably because they weren't around or relevant to the time that the Bible was being written. What do I think about Orthodox Christianity? The way I look at denominations of Christianity is this. I don't care what your denomination is, because it doesn't matter. What matters is your relationship with Jesus Christ. That's what really matters when it comes to salvation. So if you're an Orthodox Christian, fine. What's your relationship with Jesus? So that's the way I look at it. $5 from Tungsten Tarkus. Thank you for the $5. Do you think Raider should get an armor set that gives him a shirt with leather chest piece? That would be kind of cool. I could see that. At least Raider would be wearing something, right? Seeing how the faction wars are going right now, who do you think is going to win the war in the end, if any? Realistically speaking, the Knights should be the winners due to their armor and technology. But based on the way the faction war has been going throughout the years of For Honor, Vikings seem to win almost every faction war. Lincoln is in my top 2, totally based. Lincoln was pretty cool. Lincoln did a lot of really good things. He also did some kind of dumb things. But Lincoln is up there. He's pretty solid. I tend to believe in both creations and evolutions. I see racial differences as adaptations to environments, but I did not come from a monkey. No, here's the thing. Evolution doesn't work that way. It doesn't work in the idea that, you were once a monkey and then you became human. That's not quite how that works. The idea of evolution, as Charles Darwin laid it out, is that creatures will slowly evolve to adapt to their society and adapt to their environment. Like when he studied Galapagos tortoises, he studied that certain tortoises had necks that were elongated because the bushes and trees on their island were higher up, so they evolved longer necks to reach those. Whereas on other islands where those stems were closer to the ground, they didn't need to evolve that. Creatures will make minute and small changes in their biology and in their evolution to adapt to their environment. A monkey does not necessarily need to evolve into a human to adapt very much. In fact, it would be counterintuitive if the planet were cooling, because a monkey needs all that fur to survive, whereas a human would be losing that fur. So there has to be more to it than simply just a monkey suddenly turning into a Homo sapien. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting flashbacks to Matt Pat's For Honor vid. Oh, that video. People still ask me to respond to it. It's old news. I don't want to respond to it. It's old. That's a very old video, and people far better than me have responded to it. When does the new hero come out? Next season. Hey, Raven, how do you feel about the Stephen King movies and books? I don't really care for Stephen King all that much. Some of his books are fine, and I liked the movie The Shining, but I'm not a huge Stephen King fan. Hey, everyone, what are your thoughts on elephants? They are definitely pachyderms. They are the most pachyderms I've ever seen. Hey, Raven, I'm curious about your view on this topic. Here we believe that Christians, Muslims, Jews, and all their branches are, in the end, are just the same religion with the same God. Not quite. Okay, so here's the way it works. Yes, you could argue that Christianity, Judaism, and Islam are all Abrahamic religions because they all spawn from Abraham. But there's a difference. Judaism comes from comes from Abraham's son, Isaac. And from him, you have the children of Israel, the Jews. Now from this, what's going on here is that eventually God promises a Messiah to the Jewish people, and that's when Jesus comes into play. Jesus is the Messiah. Now, a lot of Jews did not accept Jesus as the Messiah, because he wasn't what they expected him to be. But those who did accept Jesus as the Messiah followed him as Christians. This is where the Christian faith comes from. And God did not ordain Christianity just for the Jews, but for all people. This goes on for a good long while until along comes a caravan merchant and trader and robber named Muhammad. Muhammad claimed to be given visions from an angel. Well, at first he thought he was being possessed by a demon, but his wife told him that it was an angel. Anyway, moving on. Muhammad believed that these angels were giving him signs that he was going to be the next prophet of not God, Allah. Allah. Now you might think, well, Allah just means God in Arabic. Yes, but when you analyze what Allah told Muhammad to do, they're very different. Allah argued to Muhammad that the Jews and the Christians were taught peace and love to their neighbors because he wanted them to grow up weak so that when Muhammad came along, he could wipe them out and make war on all other peoples and nations so that Islam would cover the whole world. Muhammad then spread his message by the sword, building a massive Islamic empire which spanned across the Arabian Peninsula, across northern Africa, into Spain for a while, moving up into the Byzantine Empire, capturing it and turning it into the Ottoman Empire. It became a whole mess. And this led to a long series of conflicts between the Christian West and the Islamic East, which became known as the Crusades, the Baltic Wars, the Reconquista, all these fights between Islam and Christianity. And you might think, well, if they're both from the same God, why are they fighting? Well, that's the reason, because they're not from the same God. The way I look at Islam, and I know there are people who are going to not like me for saying this, I feel it's more of a fan fiction. It's more of I'm going to write myself as the new prophet, and I'm going to use the Bible and Judaism to support myself, even though this isn't ordained from them. Lots of the things that Muhammad said contradict so much of what Jesus and the Torah said. So much of what the Old Testament and the New Testament talk about are contradicted by things in the Quran. Because of these contradictions, I cannot say that they are from the same God. Judaism and Christianity come from the same God, but the difference is that with Christianity, we acknowledge Jesus as the Son of God and the Messiah. Judaism does not. Islam does not acknowledge Jesus as the Messiah either. They acknowledge Jesus as a prophet. Muhammad is the final prophet of Allah. So there's where the difference lies in. Anyway, moving on from that, I've talked about that long enough. Oh, sorry. Oh, hey, Raven, what would you think? It's the animated show For Honor. I'd be okay with that depending on who makes it. Yo, Raven, I want to go into YouTube, but I don't know where to start. Can you give me a short rundown on where to start and how to get into it? I do want to do video games, mostly For Honor for now. The way I did it, honestly, and I'll be real honest, I can't give you an exact list of details on what you want to do. And to be perfectly honest, I started just making videos about stuff I wanted to make because I wanted to see them. I did not expect a lot of people to watch them. I thought I was just going to be a no-one YouTuber. I thought this was just going to be a part-time hobby that I did every now and then. It blew up. I've gotten a lot more followers and a lot more people watching me than I ever thought possible. And because of that, I feel I'm very lucky. What I would say is just make videos about things you'd like to talk about, things you'd like to see. Because if you'd like to see them, chances are good there are other people who are going to want to see them too. You know that one time when I talked about Strange Man and you said he was death and I said he could be God? Yes, I remember that. Hey Raven, who do you think is the weakest assassin, heavy and hybrid in For Honor? The weakest assassin is still Nuxia, but Peacekeeper's close behind her. Weakest hybrid? That's tough. A lot of the hybrids are pretty damn good. Maybe Pirate. Maybe. Don't quote me on that. I'm not entirely sure. And then weakest heavy? Man, that's even tougher. Weakest heavy. No, Warlord's pretty good. Maybe Hitakiri. Nah, Hitakiri's okay. I can't really think of a heavy that's too weak. It's because you just try. It's because you try to stay well informed that gives you an edge. Thank you. All right, Raven. What's your opinion on For Honor 2? I don't think it'll ever happen. It's not that I wouldn't support it. I just don't think it would ever happen. If they wanted to make a For Honor 2, I feel like they would have done it by now. Hey, Raven. Which dinosaur would be a Southern's favorite food to BBQ? Stegosaurus. Anyway. Probably Highlander. I don't know. I've seen some top tier Highlanders. Hey Raven, how would you feel if For Honor was moddable? No, please don't. That would be so weird. Will they reveal the new hero? No, I don't think they're revealing the new hero today. I think they're just, getting us prepped. Shugoki is kind of poo-poo right now. He is weak, but I don't want to say he's trash. Nah, Pirate still thrives as a mid-tier hero. Well, people are saying that Highlander is, but I've seen some really good Highlanders. I don't know how to call it. Plot twist, the new hero is a Utah Raptor. Ha! That'd be funny. What do you think Behemoth and Leviathan referring to in the Bible? There are lots of theories as to what they meant in the book of Job. Some say that they represent a hippopotamus and a crocodile. That's one interpretation. But I think the idea behind Behemoth and Leviathan, when God was talking about them, was when he told Job about them, he was saying, "Do you see Behemoth and Leviathan? Do you not see how mighty and powerful and beautiful they are, but how dangerous and deadly they are?" These two things seem to contradict, don't they? He was trying to, because the problem was, here's what Job was going through. Job was going through hell, man. Job was going through all kinds of hell. And he was blaming, and he was asking God, why is he doing all this? Why are you doing all this to me? How can you love me and claim to be good for me, but you allow these horrible things to happen? And God points out through Behemoth and Leviathan, are these creatures not beautiful, mighty, powerful, glorious? Yes, they are. But are they not also deadly, dangerous, and you don't want to trifle with it? That's also true. And he explains, the world I created is filled with beauty, but it is also filled with hardship. Now, why do you think that is? And Job couldn't give an answer, because he can't fathom God's plan. He can't fathom who God is and how God works. And God continues to challenge him. Can you explain the east from the west or the north from the south? Can you explain these things for me? Can you explain how and why the wind blows from this way to that? Can you explain the cosmos? Can you explain heaven from hell? Can you explain all the things I've created? And Job goes, I can't. And he goes, then why the heck are you claiming to know me? You know, God was trying to point out, you can't fathom the way I work. You can't understand it. So when he was using Behemoth and Leviathan, he was using massively powerful creatures, but dangerous creatures at the same time to explain a point. Anyway, that is basically humanity. In a sense, I was watching a video on the strength of Neanderthals, and it made me think, do you think that the biblical Nephilim were Neanderthals? According to the Bible, the Nephilim were the spawn of angels and humans. I don't know if Neanderthals would count. That's a tough one. Let me talk to Jay about that sometime. Plot twist, the new Viking hero is Kratos. Please no. I don't want any, referenced characters like that. Is the new hero for Season 2 coming on release or later on? I don't know. I have no idea. I know it's pure Marvel fantasy, but what if Ghost Rider was real? What would you think, Raven, and would God react, allow it? Ghost Rider's supposedly an angel incarnated into this dude. It's not how that works. Just saying. I'm just gonna say it. God is unbelievably base. Straight up created a giant sea monster just to prove a point. He created a giant fish just to swallow Jonah. Keep that in mind. The thing I find fascinating about God is, it's funny, people always try to explain it like, how could God do blank? How could God do blank? Why would God do blank? And I'm like, if you could so easily explain and rationalize God, he wouldn't be God. That's something I've always found very fascinating. Anyway, in the show Vikings, there was a Christian monk who got captured by the Vikings as a slave, but then as the time went by, got adopted into their culture, became familiar with the customs, and became a Viking. Yeah, it's true. Christian monks were taken as slaves quite a lot. They wouldn't have kept him around, though. Eventually, they would have sold him. Pretty sure. Let's see. I want the new hero to be someone who uses an axe and shield, maybe generic, but I still want to see it. Yeah, that'd be cool. I've got an idea. For Honor Legend writing contest, winner get their stories read by you. That'd actually be interesting. Then he was crucified for being an apostate. Well, the funny thing is, I doubt many monks would convert so easily. I get that. I don't even know why that's brought up. But anyway, I once heard that John the Beloved may have prophesied the existence of nukes due to a dream of a flaming scroll. Don't know about that. I think the new Viking will be using an axe and shield. That'd be good. Yeah, Ghost Rider is actually an angel of vengeance named Zarathos that was so powerful that he threatened Mephisto, Satan's realm. Again, that's not how that works. God in the Old Testament, you shall die by my will alone. God in the New Testament, please don't do bad stuff. You know, I find that always funny. I find that very interesting. People often say this today. Why does God allow evil to happen? I point to the Old Testament. Here are some points where God wiped out very evil cultures and people. How could God do that? It's like, what? Here's the thing. In the Old Testament, God was establishing his kingdom, and there were many cultures and peoples who were not only dangerous to his people, but were outright rebellious against God, very hateful to God's people, practicing in profane, evil, detestable, wicked things that make the Nazis look like choir boys, okay? They were not good people. And God said, all right, you're going to establish your kingdom, and you're going to drive them out. You're going to destroy these people so that they'll no longer be a threat to you or future generations. So they did. And now in the New Testament, when most of that's taken care of and he can start establishing his kingdom, God says, okay, your wartime is over. War is done for you now. Now let's start spreading our message. Now let's start getting the message of hope and salvation out there. We've established our people. We've established the kingdom. It's time to start building up and teaching the true message, you know? Anyway, the Bible manga is absolutely crazy. I love the Bible manga. The manga manga Metamorphosis, manga Malek, manga Messiah, manga Messengers. All of those are awesome. Let's see. Okay, question. What are your thoughts on Lutheran and Calvinism? I have a few issues. Again, it comes down to me. It comes down to this. What's your relationship with Jesus? Do you have a relationship with Jesus? If so, you're good. If not, sorry. That's my stance on denominations. I think Olive Garden should be a new map in For Honor, and breadsticks would replace the healing zones. That would be an awesome April Fool's joke. I'd watch that. I want a type of hero with a ripping type playstyle to hinder the opponent. I think the problem with that is that's going to be a little broken. That's something my dad, being Christian, he said to me, that God is a jealous God when other folks follow other cultures and deities. God wants your heart. He wants your love. He wants you to choose him over other deities and powers. He doesn't want you to be married to the world. He wants you to come to him, you know? And that's what it means when it says that God is a jealous God. He wants you. He wants you to love him. Now, he's not going to force you. That's the thing. He's not going to force you. He wants you to choose him of your own volition. But, you know, you have to be the one to make the choice. That's the way it looks at. Can you read Old Norse? No, I cannot. Human in Heaven. Hey, God, why didn't you stop the evil the Nazis did? He did. Did you miss the World War II Allied powers? God, because they weren't as bad as the Skrull, Human in Heaven. God, see, the fact you don't know means I did good. That's a very weak argumentation. I can see you're not a big fan of God, but I would expect a better argumentation than that. God did not wipe out the Nazis because he allowed the Allies to do that for us. Anyway, Jam of War 09. I got $1.99 from Jam of War. Thank you very much. He wants your heart. Definitely not evil. Twisting the way it's phrased, I suppose. Have you seen the Biblically Accurate Angels video? Nightmare fuel. I've seen it. It's silly. Man, I want some breadsticks now. Anybody want to break bread with all this Jesus talk? Stay blessed. Thank you, J-Dog. Appreciate it. Be not afraid. The axe and the shield goes with Vikings, like longswords goes with knights and katanas going with the samurai. Yeah. What do you think of Buddhism, since it's not a monotheistic or polytheistic? I think Buddhism is fascinating. I've been studying Buddhism for a while. A lot of the tenets and ideals of Buddhism are very unique. I'm not exactly a Buddhist myself, but I think there's some interesting stuff there. Oh, mine wasn't an argumentation. Oh, I misunderstood. Sorry. Usually when I start talking God or faith in my videos, there's always at least one who wants to start arguing. And I don't mind discussion. I don't mind debate, but I was kind of like, oh, well, here we go. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to misunderstand what you were doing there, but I'm just kind of used to that. You know, it's kind of like, yep, here we go. Let's see what else. I just jump in the stream and hear stuff about Nazis and God. Yeah, you got to be ready, man. Our streams are a little weird. Let's see. How long we got until the stream? Live at 60. No way. Refresh that. It says live in 64 minutes. It says at 11:50. I misread the time. Well, guys, we're gonna be here for another hour. Wow. I don't know what. I misread the time. Wow. This is gonna be a very long stream. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I don't know why I did that. I thought that the stream was at like 11 or something, so I set the time that we start to an hour before 11 at 10. And now I see it's actually at 12, so I started over 2 hours early. Wow. Man, and I haven't eaten anything. Okay, tell you what, guys, give me just a second. I'll be right back. I need to grab something to eat. I'm going to grab a banana. I'll be right back. Oh, man. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. So I started to grab a banana when I remembered that I had a leftover omelet in the fridge. So I decided to heat that up instead. Let me. So I hope you don't mind if I eat breakfast while, or brunch, I guess, while we wait. I apologize, guys. If any of you got stuff to do, feel free to go do it. I will be here for the rest of the time if anyone wants to just chat. I feel so dumb. No wonder Havoc was here. Havoc was doing his own stream, and I was kind of like, man, Havoc, what are you doing here? Your stream's going to start soon. No, it's not. He's here an hour early. Wow. Oh, man. Microwave banana. No, it's not a banana. It's not a banana. It's an omelet. Hey, Raven, favorite For Honor hero story-wise? Magi's kind of good. But I also like, Wardens. Important question, Raven. Would you pee or would you poo? What? Would I do? Would I pee or poo? Depends on the need. Bro, we thought you were heating a banana. Actually, I grabbed a banana, but then I turned around and remembered, oh yeah, I got an omelet in the fridge. I'm gonna reheat that. Um, Anyone watch the latest Kingdom 7 Kings Must Die? It was bloody awesome. Haven't seen it. Hey, Raven, if you have a map or game mode added to For Honor, what kind of map would you want? I want another Wu Lin map, actually. We only have 2, and none of them are Dominion. Did you bring enough for the whole stream? No. To be perfectly honest, this probably won't be enough for me. What are your thoughts on the Crusades? Oh, what are my thoughts on the Crusades? Sorry. I've had whole talks about the Crusades. I love talking about the Crusades. I've studied them extensively. Hey, Raven, isn't it funny how 2 of the first nations that accepted Christianity were Egypt and Rome when they were both bad guys in the Bible? Actually, it's funny. One of the reasons, and I'm convinced of this, one of the reasons I think God allowed Christianity to flourish during Rome was because Rome built these modern roads all over the intelligent, educated world, which made it easier for Christianity to travel. So I do believe that was an important aspect to God's plan. Don't die from coffee. No, I'm good. When I was answering the question, some of the omelet went down the wrong pipe. Hey, Raven, can you talk more about the Harlem Hellfighters? The Harlem Hellfighters were a group of people who enlisted into World War I from Harlem, and the majority of them were black. And so they were sent in, and they requested the most dangerous spots in the war to fight, and they held their ground hard, which very much impressed the military. They were very impressed with how viciously and how furiously they fought, which is where they got the nickname Hellfighters, because they went into hell. Very fascinating. Can you give us some quick facts about the Crusade? Let me see. Well, I can tell you some things that people tell you about the Crusades that aren't true. Like, you've probably heard people say that the Crusades were racist, or just the Crusaders going down to punish the poor, innocent Muslims. That's not what happened. The Crusades, particularly the First Crusade, were done in response to Muslim growth and oppression. The Muslims were basically beating down the door to the Byzantine Empire, and the Byzantine Emperor called for help from Europe to aid them and protect them, and that's when the Crusades came down and pushed them back and took Jerusalem. Now, were all the Crusades... Were all the Crusades good? No, the Fourth Crusade in particular was terrible. But point being, this modern idea that the Crusades were just a black stain in the history of Christianity, I would argue that they were fought for a very noble cause. Were all the things they did noble? No. But I think the reason they were started, the reason the initial Crusades began, was for a noble cause. To prevent Muslim oppression from taking over the world. Taking over the Western world. There's no doubt in my mind that if the Crusades had not happened, Christianity might have been wiped out. If you ever play Battlefield 1, the opening act is one of the best intros ever. Yes, it is. Pirate be like, the thing that I do is to shoot members of my crew. T if they don't show enough devotion. Ha. Hey, Raven, do you have any replica melee weapons? I have one replica sword, but most of my swords are actually not replicas. They're, like, battle-ready weapons. I'm gonna watch a Misty video, BRB night. Hey, you do what you need to do. The samurai hero is using Sanji gun would be amazing. Be elegant, dexterous hero like Nobu. Okay. Hey, Raven, what about an Egyptian map in For Honor? That'd be neat. That'd be kind of neat. I actually have to type an outline for a presentation today. That's cool. You do that. So anyone eating breakfast? Me. I am. How do we know the Bible hasn't been altered over time or mistranslated? True story, because when we discovered some of the historical documents, like the earliest known replicas and writings of the Bible, we went to the earliest we had available, which go back to very, very late in the Roman Empire, empirical days. So we're talking like this stuff, very well preserved. Like, think like the Dead Sea Scrolls and the like. And we compared them. They're pretty damn close. They are pretty damn close. Do you watch Forged in Fire? I think I saw it like once. Hey Raven, hypothetical question. If you end up dying soon, go up to heaven and tell my now that I love her, and I'm sorry. I'm not dying anytime soon. At least I don't think so. So I'm not going to do that right now. Yeah, the Dead Sea Scrolls, not a Soviet spy. I just point them out. Yep, the Dead Sea Scrolls. Yep, that is a great example. It is scary how accurate the two are. The biblical authors were very meticulous. You know, I carved Sanhu's Changdao out of wood while I was on holiday. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Raven Knight, did you hear what Dennis Prager said recently? No, what did he say recently? I don't follow Dennis Prager that closely. Can you do an epic backflip? No. Do you have a favorite knight group, such as the Templars, Teutonic Knights? My favorite knights in history are probably the Hospitallers, because I am a descendant of Hospitaller knights. True story. The Knights Hospitaller used to be called the Knights of Malta. And about the same time that the Knights of Malta were active in Malta, I had ancestors there, according to some research my family did on our ancestry. So I'm actually a descendant of the Knights of Malta. Hey Raven, what does a pope do? The pope is basically the leader of the Catholic Church. He's there to interpret Catholic Church doctrine and scripture. He's the head of the whole kit and caboodle of the organization. I do not consider the Pope a holy figure. I consider him just another man elected into an office. That's about it. You're friends with Havoc? I don't know if Havoc considers me a friend, but I think he's awesome. I'd love to be his friend. Hey Raven, what inspiration did Tolkien look to make Arrow Iluvatar? God. Arrow Iluvatar is pretty much God. Aside from the obvious issues that come with translating one language to another, we can be pretty confident the Bible we have today is accurate to the most ancient version. Agreed. Who are considered the most badass knights in history? Probably the Templars or the Teutonics. Raven Knight, what kind of firearms you got? Sorry if the jump is the subject, but you mentioned battle-ready weapons and it made me curious. I have a 12-gauge shotgun in the back, as well as a revolver that was given to me by my dad, which used to belong to my grandfather. So it's a revolver that's been passed down. Have you seen Illuminat's video about wokeness? No, but I've seen a lot of videos about wokeness. Who's your favorite and least favorite monarch of the Kingdom of Jerusalem? Well, if we're talking ancient days, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Ahab was pretty terrible. David was okay. He made some mistakes, though. The Order of the Dragon is kick-ass. It is pretty kick-ass, yeah, no doubt. Is there an evil religion in your opinion? Yes, there is. I do believe that there are some religions out there that are born of evil desire and sinful intent. The problem is, if I were to say which religion I think is truly evil, I would get removed from YouTube. Would samurai ever become shinobi? Yes, some would. Hattori Hanzo was both samurai and shinobi. Hey Raven, did you know you're pretty cool? No, I did not know that. I usually think of, I have very low self-esteem. I don't think very highly of myself. Raven, you think we'll ever get a hoplite hero in For Honor? That'd be cool, but I don't know how you'd make their moveset unique. Hey Raven, was there a main leader in the Harlem Hellfighters? I don't remember who, like, the leader of them was. I don't remember if they had a leader or not. I need to look more into that. My specialty was always in medieval or ancient history, whereas Lark knows more about the world wars. Give us a hint? Okay, I was already talking about it earlier. The religion. Opinion on Shintoism? It's just animism. Belief in gods and spirits and nature. Have you seen Kingdom of Heaven with Orlando Bloom? Yes, I have. It's really cool. I'm studying to be a history teacher. Any advice? Not a lot of advice to give. You need to have a passion for history, and if you have a passion for history, your students will, it'll rub off on your student. Local dumbass. Islam? Yes. Are there any nights linked to Africa in any way? There might have been knights that, I know that there were some knights who entered Egypt, but I don't know of any that were stationed in Africa. How much you know about Southeast Asian history? How much? Dude, that was one of my minors in college. I have a minor in Asian history and culture. There's a new movie with Russell Crowe called The Pope's Exorcist that looks interesting, Raven Knight. It does look kind of neat, but yeah, I'd take Exorcist movies with a grain of salt. Streaming all by yourself? Yeah, because I got the day off. Lark didn't. Lark can't do that like I can. I'm a substitute. If I say, hey, I need to leave for this day, usually they'll be accommodating. Lark can't do that. Saiyan lineage. Question 1. Does this start in 1 hour? Question 2. What For Honor statue would you want in great detail? Question 3. Alien or Predator? Okay, question 1. Does it start in 1 hour? Yeah. I was dumb. I started way too early. Question 2. What For Honor statue would you want in great detail? Nobushi. Or Peacekeeper. Either one of those. And then question 3. Alien or Predator? I always like Predator a bit more. Raven, what are your thoughts on Taoism? I did a whole video on Taoism, actually. It's called The Way of Oogway, Taoism and Kung Fu Panda. I think it's interesting. I don't believe it. Was that religion to which you referred as evil recently endorsed by a beer company, or does it have a blast very often? It has a blast often. The religion I'm speaking of has been dealt with in several crusades. Do you think some of the brutal things that were done by the Roman Catholic Church were influenced by the brutality of the Roman Empire since they tried to mold Christianity to fit the government? Partially. I think a lot of the things done by the Roman Catholic Church in the ancient days that were done more of to force peace and conformity more than anything. Hey, Raven, what are your thoughts on War and Hauntings? Don't know who that is. The Tau? What about the Tau? What about them? Hey, Raven, what are your favorite fantasy creature other than dragons? Centaurs. I love centaurs, man. Centaurs are like the best. Can't go wrong. Hey, Raven Knight, when John Marston said, damn you, and the strange man said, yes, many have, what does that mean? Many people interpret this as yes, many have for him being forsaken God. Well, yes, he could be God. I've always just thought he was death. Because he also told Marston that, I've followed you for a long time, and what has John Marston been doing for a long time except killing people? Will you read my last message? Type it again. I'm holding breakfast. I can't grab my mouse right now. Raven, are you a Protestant or a Catholic? I'm a Protestant. I was raised Protestant. Raven, what would happen if there was 5 Nights at Freddy pranking For Honor? Please no. I don't want to see that. Raven, to be honest, the religion you speak of has been heavily demonized in the USA. Not as much as you might think. It's been defended a lot, too. Hey, Raven, are all governments evil? No, I don't think all governments are evil. I think people are capable. I think people are capable of evil, and since governments are run by people, those people can bring evil into the government. Ouch! As a Muslim, this breaks my heart. Okay, let me be clear about this. I want to say this with utmost sincerity. I have a friend who's Muslim. He's a great guy. I love him. He and I laugh all the time. We joke. We have a good time. I think he's a great person. But the problem is, when I read the tenets of Islam, when I read the Quran, when I read the Hadiths, when I see what they say and what Muhammad commanded his followers to do, I think a lot of it is evil. Now, does that mean I think every Muslim is evil? Of course not. I think a lot of them are great people. I really do. But I think some of the things mentioned in the Quran, I have to scratch my head at and go, why? How? That's why I say what I do. I also think that the ancient Islamic empire and the things they did are very hard to excuse. So that's why I say what I do. I'm not trying to demonize anyone. I'm not trying to demonize anyone for what they believe or what they want to practice or for how they were raised. But when I read the book, when I see the history, I draw a conclusion. Dennis Prager said, men want variety. If porn is a substitute for adultery, it's not awful. I disagree with that vehemently. I completely disagree with that. Dennis Prager is wrong on that front. Hey, Raven, what languages can you speak? I'm not fluent in anything other than English, but I am studying Japanese and Korean so that I can get a job in Southeast Asia. I'd like to get a job in Japan, but in case that can't work out, South Korea is an option. I know a few phrases in Mandarin. I can speak some French, German, and Spanish. I know like 3 words in Italian, like maybe a few phrases in Italian, not much. And I can say your basics in Russian. I try to learn the basics like hello, goodbye, thank you, sorry, all that kind of stuff in every language so that way I'm covered. Let's see. It's really crazy to me when people try to imagine the devil. Like, to be honest, we don't know how he looks. We know he's just another angel thrown down from heaven, not a monster with a torn tail and pitchfork. Actually, funny enough, this is a true story. Y'all know who James Woods is, right? James Woods is this actor. He was the one who played Hades in the Disney movie Hercules. According to an interview, he said when he was going to the audition to get the role of Hades, he got to meet other actors who were auditioning. And they found out that what they were doing was the casting director was basically saying, okay, we want you to introduce yourself as Hades. Like, how would you introduce yourself? And a lot of these guys are going up and going, I am Hades, Lord of the Underworld, you know. But James Woods is a Christian. And he said, as a Christian, I don't see Satan as this big, imposing, scary demon monster. He wants to twist you. He wants you to come to him. He wants you to choose him. And a person who wants you to choose him, he says, I saw kind of a sleazy car salesman who's trying to give you a bad deal, but trying to say it in a smooth way. So when James went up, he said, hi, how you doing? Hades, Lord of the Dead, nice to meet you. And they loved him for it. So I'm like, yeah, there you go. If you could ask God or Jesus any one thing, what would it be? One thing? I got a lot of things I want to ask. I'd probably ask, why me? What did you want me to do? Like, why didn't you tell me earlier the things you wanted in my life? You know, that kind of thing. So, I've got a lot of questions. My faith is not shaken, but I do have questions. Hey, Raven, what can you say in German? I can say Guten Tag, sehr gut, auf Wiedersehen, Dankeschön, or just Danke, Jawohl, I can say, I remember the word Kensevluken, and I can also say, I can, of course, say Sprechen Sie Deutsch. Yeah, I can say a few other things, but they're not coming to mind right now. Wasn't Hades kind of a chill god in Greek mythology? Yeah, he was. Hey, Raven, if you could interview an atheist, Muslim, or whatever, what's your first question you would ask? Oh man, I would just ask, why did you decide to believe what you believe? Not out of meanness. I would just say, what brought you to that? Why did you choose that? If Ronner had to get rid of all but 5 heroes, who would you choose? Wait, only 5 heroes get to stay? No, I like so many of them. I don't want them to go. So I refuse to answer that because I want them to stay. Also, Raven, what can you say in Italian? Let's see. Prego. Let's see. My mind's going blank right now. Why am I going blank on my languages? Salut. I can say salute. Buongiorno. Grazie. I can say diavolo. I also heard the phrase "it's fottiti" at one point, but I'm sure that's not appropriate. Maestro. Mi dispiace. Mi dispiace. I remember that one. That's sorry. I remember that. Mi dispiace. Oh, yeah. I know a few. How good is your French? I can say bonjour, merci, merci beaucoup, au revoir, let's see. Let's see. I can also say. Phew, man, I'm having trouble recalling my languages right now. Come back to me later. What would you ask a pagan if you had the chance? I just said, why do you believe what you believe? Can you say one of those Mandarin phrases? I can say 谢谢, which is thank you. I can say 对不起, which is sorry. Ni hao and ni hao ma. 再见. Bei du Launfa. I'm sure I said that wrong. My Mandarin's not as good as my other languages. Where does the term juggernaut come from? I don't know off the top of my head. Hello. Balcor, a lot of people have asked that question. What'd they ask? If I had to choose between Raider, Warden, Peacekeeper, and the main samurai because autocorrect doesn't understand Japanese. What? Serenade us with Japanese. Serenade you. Nah, I don't think I'll do that. I'm not good at serenading anybody. Buongiorno, mi amici. Yeah, I remember that one. It's funny. If you show me a phrase, I might be able to know what it says. Might. Hot topic. How do you feel about the balance of current For Honor? Currently, I feel like the balance in For Honor is actually pretty good, with a few exceptions. I feel like some heroes are a little too strong and a few a little too weak. I think all heroes, right now, all heroes are viable. I think all heroes are viable. There's no hero that I look at right now and I go, oh, they're no good. They can't be used. They can't get a win. Like, you play this character, you're asking to lose. But I do think there are plenty of heroes who I'm like, you want an easy win? Take this hero. You know, that kind of thing. So, like, right now, I would say, if you're like, okay, which Vanguard would you choose to take and which one wouldn't you? Warden is easily the one that I'm like, Warden is the least viable. You can use Warden well, but he's not as easy to get wins with as Raider, you know? In terms of assassins. Orochi's a monster. There's no question. Orochi can power through most people. And Nuxia? This poor baby, you know? So, do I prefer DC or Marvel? I grew up a DC kid, so my heart will always belong to DC. But I still love Spider-Man, so Marvel still has something in my heart. What's my favorite anime? One Piece, motherfucker! I love One Piece, man. One Piece is the best, but I have other favorites. Obviously, One Piece is a big one. I have other favorites. I like My Hero Academia. I like I like Love After World Domination. That one's a really good one. One of the first anime I ever watched, Ranma 1/2, which is still one of my favorites today. I like Dragon Ball Z fine. It's not my favorite, but it's fine. I like it. It just started to go downhill for me when they made Dragon Ball Super. It's just not as good. There are some things about Dragon Ball Super I like, but not all of it. Like, Beerus is cool. Jiren was kind of cool. Ultra Instinct is awesome. The rest of it I could care less for. Let's see. What else? Y'all want to hear a funny story about anime with me? Y'all want to hear a funny story? I'll tell a funny story, but y'all gotta ask me. Y'all gotta ask me first. I don't do this stuff. I don't do this stuff unless I'm asked. Let's say some heroes will lose 100% of the time against top level since every single move is reactable. Ironically, Warden is one of the most viable. Warden is decent in duels, but I think in terms of Dominion and 4-on-4 fighting, no, I think he's pretty weak. Funny time. Okay, awesome. All right. Do I watch anime subbed or dubbed? Actually, that's a great question. I'll answer that and then I'll do the funny. Okay. Do I watch anime subbed or dubbed? I do both, but it depends. Like, for example, here's the way I look at it. If the anime is a slice of life anime, or it takes place in modern day Japan or ancient Japan, I watch it subbed. Because in those circumstances, the nuance of the Japanese language is going to be very important. But if it takes place in a fantasy world, or a science fiction world, or it's clearly not based in Japan proper, I will watch it dubbed, because then the Japanese nuance may not be as important. Like, for example, I'll watch Death Note subbed, but I will watch One Piece dubbed. I will watch Love After World Domination in subbed, but I will watch Dragon Ball Z dubbed. Does that make sense? Because I feel like when you watch subbed, you watch it for the Japanese nuance. You watch it for the way the Japanese do it specifically because their language is going to be prevalent to how the culture reacts. But if you're doing a dub where the culture isn't as important, I think that's fine. But anyway, I can't watch dub. Slice of life is way too cringe. Dub slice of life can be hard. I agree, but slice of life is awesome. Okay, like I love My Roommate's a Cat. I love what's it called? The rehabilitation of a NEET. That one's amazing. It's one of my favorites. It's such a cute love story. Let's see what else. Oh God, there's so many good ones and I'm not thinking of any. Why am I not thinking of any? I watch them all the time. They'll come to me. MHA sub or dub. There's American Heroes in the show. I watch My Hero Academia dubbed. I watch it dubbed. The dub does a really, really good job. I actually really like the dub of My Hero Academia. Okay. So now I'll tell you the funny. Okay. The funny. So, true story. When I was in college, I was getting my Asian culture and history minor. And one of the classes I had to take was Japanese media, both literature and visual, which means that we had to study Japanese books, Japanese entertainment, and Japanese TV, which of course included a whole unit on anime. So we did have to watch anime for this class. I'm not kidding. That's why I nicknamed it my anime class. Now, there's a lot of stories I could tell you about this class because it was a barrel of laughs. Here's the thing. I like anime. I do. But I'm not obsessed with it. I can talk about things other than anime. But there are some people in this class who see Japan as the Holy Land. They see it as more important than any other place in the world. And they go out of their way to try to prove their love for Japan by just gushing about Japanese and about gushing about the Japanese. Like, here's the thing. They're the kind of people... Look, here's the thing. I know some Japanese. I can speak some Japanese. I'm not fluent, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm fluent. I'm not Metatron here, okay? But these people will throw around Japanese phrases where it doesn't matter. And I'm kind of like, do you even know what you said? Like, they're the kind of people who would say, oh, your umbrella is so kawaii. I'm like, don't do that. That's so cringe. Don't say that. If you're gonna say it in Japanese, just say kawaii desu. Say it like that. It's cute. But okay, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay, here's the funny. Ready for the funny? All right, here we go. Ready? Here we go. We had to do different anime genre units. Okay, like we had to look at shonen, shoujo, stuff like that. And one of the units we had to look at, no joke, was ecchi. Now, do you guys know what ecchi is? Do you know what ecchi is? I'll give y'all a minute to respond to that. Do you know what the genre of ecchi is in anime? While I'm waiting on y'all to answer that, have you ever watched Rurouni Kenshin? I watch all 4 of them, and they are awesome. Yes! Of all the live-action anime adaptations, I think Rurouni Kenshin is one of the best. Okay, so not sure about ecchi. Ecchi is basically, it's not hentai, but it's on the border. Ecchi is basically erotica. Like, they're your anime that aren't going to show naked people, but they're going to, the girls are going to be very big-breasted. There's going to be a lot of fan service. It's going to have some sexual innuendos in there. It's going to tease a lot. It's never going to actually go on full-blown sex or sexual stuff, but it will tease a lot. Ecchi it's not hentai, but it pushes the boundaries. Now, he told us when we started this, he said, look, we're only going to spend 1 week on this, then we're going to move on. But for this week, here's your project. Research one ecchi of your choice and explain in a short, I think he said 4-paragraph essay, why it meets all the criteria of an ecchi, but does not go into hentai. I didn't know many ecchi. At least I didn't think I did. I was kind of like, I don't think I know any. So I did some research. Now, at the time I was doing this, I had been working on my book, Monster Club. Some of you know about that story. Some of you know about that book. Monster Club is actually, let me pull up something real quick. Not there. It's going to be... here we go. So some of you may be familiar with Monster Club. It was a book that I created some time ago. Here we go. It actually turned into a visual novel game, but you can see the picture here. And the idea was that Monster Club was the story of this human, a young man named Abraham, who ended up moving in with a bunch of monsters, like monster people. Like you got a mummy here, a vampire back there, a mermaid there, a lamia or snake person there, a spider woman, a werewolf, a little witch, like all that kind of stuff. Like basically they move in with all these monsters. And so I thought, okay, I saw this one anime that popped up under the ecchi category called Monster Musume. And I thought, oh, okay, that sounds kind of like what I made. I'll watch that. I watched all 12 episodes of that, and I was like, what? Oh, dude. I was like, I wrote a perfectly fine essay. He said, yep, you got it. I was like, holy crap. Sounds a lot like it does sound a bit like Monster Musume, but I swear I did not base any of the characters on anyone from Monster Musume. I did not know about Monster Musume when I started writing this. I don't think it existed. Actually, the funny thing is, I got really upset because my design for Sarah, the Spider Girl, looked a lot like Rhaenyra from Monster Musume, which bothered me. I'm like, why do they look so similar? Don't do that. Yeah, it was crazy. You know, when I came here today, I think this is the last thing I was expecting to be talking about. Hey, we've been here for a while now. Like, how long has it been? Like, over an hour now, probably. Like, come on, it's what's going to happen. Actually, the funny thing was, if it wasn't ecchi, I wouldn't have minded Monster Musume. I thought it was clever. There were some things about it that I thought were very creative, like in terms of designing the monsters, like cultures or physical issues. Like, for example, Poppy the Harpy. every time she takes 3 steps, her memory resets. I was like, that's kind of funny. She's a literal bird brain. I thought that was very funny. I liked the fact that they had to push Marrow the mermaid around in a wheelchair. I thought that was funny. So there were aspects of it that I thought were creative, but I was like, anytime it went in the direction of explaining a monster's physiology or their culture, I was fascinated. Anytime it tried to go down the ecchi route, I was like, you lost me. Raven Knight, Naga or Gorgon? I'm gonna say Lamia, like Naga, I guess, because even though she's got a snake lower half, my fear with dating a Gorgon is they might turn me to stone accidentally, and that's not cool. 25-minute mark, almost there, gentlemen. We're so close. Hi, Raven. How are you? I'm doing good, Alec. Hey, Raven, can I tell you a story about a girl who worshipped Lucifer, and can I hear your response? No. Hey, Raven, have you seen the One Piece films? If so, what's your favorite villain amongst them? My favorite One Piece film villain, was probably, Zed. From One Piece film Z. I liked him. He was cool. Some of the best stories and characters are ruined by the ecchi aspect. I know! Because she was the only one who prayed for me. I'll be honest, I'm not all that interested. If she prays to Lucifer, I'm not all that interested in what she thinks. Ecchi borderline hentai, redo of healer borderline hentai, nah, scratch that illegal immigrant hentai. No, redo of healer should be hentai. It should be hentai because of the stuff they do in it. Thing that pisses me off to the max about Sun OnlyFans is Sub OnlyFans is they don't give the dub a chance. They hear one word and they're already like, oh, ew, no, this is horrible. Like, bruh, seriously? Well, what I would say to those people is when they go out to eat at a Mexican restaurant or at a Chinese restaurant, they are not allowed to speak in English. They must speak Spanish or Chinese. And when they say, why? Hey, you want to be true to the culture, don't you? You're in a Mexican restaurant, speak Spanish. You're in a Chinese restaurant, speak Chinese. You're in an Italian restaurant, speak Italian. And then when they say, no, that's stupid, I'm like, oh, is it dumb to expect people who don't know anything about the language to suddenly be able to understand it? Zombina is best girl. Hannah would agree with you. Hannah likes Zombina. And Zombina is cool, mostly because of her guns. I like the fact that she carries guns everywhere. That is awesome. But of the Mon squad from the show, Tio is my favorite. Just because she's hilarious. Hey, Raven, would For Honor be able to beat the Yautja from the movie Predator? Probably. After some time. And if you want ecchi, watch High School DxD. I did watch it. It was terrible. It was stupid. I couldn't stand it. Hey, Raven, do you think Lubu from the Romance of Three Kingdoms, or if you're familiar with the Dynasty Warriors, can defend For Honor? Yeah, I think he could work. Hey, Raven, go up. You might find some interesting news about D&D. All right, let me see. Hey, Raven, about your D&D video about talking about half races, they have added a lineage to make your own half race, and to be honest, if that was the change, I would have been happy. Yeah, so here's the thing about that. My issue, people have been telling me this for a while. They say, you overreacted, Raven. They're not saying half races are bad or that they're doing away with them entirely. They're just making a new system. They're doing lineages now. And my response to that is, okay, cool. Why didn't he say that instead of saying that he finds the idea of half races as a concept inherently racist? Those were his words. Here's how he could have phrased it. Hey guys, here's the thing. All of you who like making half elves and half orcs, we're doing away with that because we're starting a new system where you can make lineages. If he'd said that, I've been like, oh, okay. But that's not what he said. He said, we've always been uncomfortable with the idea of half anything. We find the whole idea, the whole concept inherently racist. And when I heard that, I'm like, really? Really, son? So that's my issue. My brother in Christ, I've seen the ecchi and hentai rabbit hole, and I'm pretty down bad. I got $9.99 from Superfly Mice Guy. I'm writing a comedy story that's about a guy who lives in modern 1990s world filled with managed creatures. He befriends a mentally handicapped werewolf and an old Japanese neko businessman. That's actually kind of cool. I like that. Hey, Raven, have you watched Monster Musume no Oishasan? I'm not familiar with the let me see. Monster Musume no Oishasan. Oh, Monster Girl Doctor. Monster Girl Doctor. Yes, I have seen that. Yes, I have seen that. What time does it start? It starts in less than 20 minutes. We got less than 20 minutes. Sorry, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry that it's taken so long. Have you watched Goblin Slayer? It really feels like a D&D campaign turned into an anime. Yes, I have watched Goblin Slayer, and I love it. Raven, in my opinion, I always found stupid that only humans could be half racist in D&D, so I became the lineage change, but as they said, it was kind of scummy. Yes. Yes, the way they said it was scummy. So Raven, why do you like Z from Film Z? Because he's awesome. He's not a villain so much as he is just a man who lost everything, is trying his best to bring some semblance of peace back to the world by doing what he feels is necessary, and then in the end goes out like a boss. Hey Raven, have you watched Love, Death, and Robots? Really good show. Highly recommend it. I have not. Go into an Italian restaurant and order in Latin like a Chad. Exactly! First episode was disgusting. What episode? Hey Raven, have you seen Arcane? It's extremely good. I have not. Hey Raven, what's your opinion on Demon Slayer story and lore? I like Demon Slayer. I think it's cool. It's fine. It's fine. I think it has some weird stuff in it, but I don't hate it. Raven, why do you think you're struggling to find love? If I knew the answer to that, I don't think I'd be struggling. That was an insensitive question. Now I'm kind of sad. So, random question but are y'all's opinion on Atom Smasher and Edge Runners? I haven't watched seen Edge Runners. Hey Raven, have you seen Konosuba and what's your thoughts on it? I have seen Konosuba. It's weird. You ever seen Grisaya? It's honestly the only anime I've ever fully watched. I have not. Demon Slayer has the best animation out of all other anime. Ooh, I don't know about that. There's some anime that have god tier animation that are, I don't know. You may be right, but I don't know. Anyway, he's a Mexican wrestler who fights the mummy, Frankenstein's monster, and the werewolf, but he's more famous for ever removing his mask. That's kind of metal, actually. Anyway, let's check the time. So about 15 minutes. Okay, we're still good on time. I was worried. Okay. Whew. I did not mean for this to be such a long stream, gang. Oh, $4.99 from Superfly My Sky. Thank you. In my story, humans figured out how to coexist with vampires by getting McDonald's to make a product for them. That's essentially pig's blood and sugar. Really? Interesting. Hey, Raven, have you watched ReZero? Yeah, it's pretty good. You'll find your princess someday, Raven. We're rooting for you. I hope so, man. I hope so. Raven Knight, favorite soda? Cheerwine. Have you seen Tokyo Ghoul? Yeah, it's okay. It was fine. I just didn't really care for it. Hey Raven, have you watched Handyman Saito in Another World? I know of it. I haven't watched it. If you had to pick one monster girl to be with, what would she be? Probably a centaur. Or a Lamia. I don't know. They just kind of appeal to me. Hey Raven, have you played Master Duel? No, I have not. I used to play Duel Monsters. Yo Raven, if you could only choose to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? I would die. I need variety in my life. Hey Raven, have you ever seen the dating game Monster Prom? No, I have not. I've been writing a story that's kind of edgy. I just can't do comedy at all, man. Oh, I hear you. Have you seen a Kamiga Kill? Yes. Stay strong, brother. Love comes when it decides. I'm waiting, man. I actually, I met this girl who I was kind of interested in, and she seemed interested in me. Oh, wait, $5 from the Grigito. My viewing fee, brother. Don't understand any of the anime talk, though. Hey, glad you're here. You know, we're just talking about random stuff until the stream starts. But yeah, I met this girl who I liked her, and I thought she liked me. She was real friendly. I asked her on a date. She agreed. We went out. We had fun. But then the very next night, she told me that she was seeing someone else. Yeah. I'm not lucky in love. Hey, Raven, how was Hooked on You from DBD? Oh, it was okay at first, but I lost interest quick because the jokes were way too repetitious. Hey, Raven, what's a good starting anime for someone who's not used to the genre? A good starting anime. That's a good question. What would be a good one to get you started? It depends on what kind of show or movie you like. If you like action, if you like cool action stuff, then Cowboy Bebop might be a good place to start. If you like romance and slice of lifestyle stuff, then I would say Rehabilitation of a Neat. That's a good one. If you like more down-to-earth kind of stuff, but with a horror twinge, I would say Death Note. Those are good ones to start with. If you like high fantasy and stuff, I would say Goblin Slayer. Those are good ones to start with. Let's see. It's okay, bro. My fiance that I've been with for 4 years broke it off with me a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, I'm trying, man. By the way, Raven, do you know any good medieval war movies? Yeah, I would say Kingdom of Heaven is a good one. Hey, Raven, ever thought of making your own soda or food-related merch? I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to start that. Raven, what's your faction for honor? Knights. I hope you find love, man. It's out there. I hope. Start with Bible Black. No, don't start with that. Don't take this man seriously. Raven, if you want your snack life changed, search my last comment. Maybe later. I'm on a diet right now. Thank you. I'll be checking out Cowboy Bebop. That is a good one to start with. Hey, Raven, have you played Wolong Fallen Dynasty? Yeah, I streamed it not too long ago. It was fun. $10 from Dale Expert. Hopefully this update they mentioned something about Warden, though I doubt it. Also, don't worry about love, Raven. Work on yourself more and it will eventually come to you. I'm working on myself, man. I really am. It's finding the right girl. Because lots of girls in this area, unfortunately, are either taken or they're the kind of people you don't want to date. Hey, Raven, no maidens? No maidens. I've heard about Kingdom of Heaven. The little I've been look cool as balls, like the guy with the mask. That would be Baldwin the Fourth. What are some weapons you would like to see in For Honor? I think a war scythe would be unique. That would be neat. Money just keep coming. Hey, I don't mind. I'm taking the day off from work. I need to make money, you know? Because, so subbing. My subbing job, whenever I go in for a full day of subbing, I make $120 for that day, right? So a full week of subbing, 120 days each. That's 120 times 5. That's 500. It's about 600. It's close to $600. But then reduce that from taxes, that's about $544 a week. If I take a day off, that takes 120 out of my pocket. So, got to be smart about this kind of stuff. $1.99 from Superfly Modest Guy. Have you seen Violet Evergarden? Yes, I have. That one was actually pretty good. You think Test Your Metal will make a return? Yes, I do. How do you feel about a rapier in For Honor? I don't see it. What subbing? Like, substitute teaching. You know, like, you're a substitute teacher? Hey, Raven, seen the design of the Samurai Predator and the Viking Predator from Predator Hunting Grounds? No, I have not. Sounds cool, though. Raven, I make an Execution's Great video for Orochi. I already did. I made it a while ago. So the den hasn't started yet. Well, let's see. We got 10 minutes until the den starts, James. What do you think a melee hero would be like in For Honor? Oh, you mean fist to fist, right? You mean like a punching hero. That'd be a Muay Thai fighter. Hey, Raven, how to pick up duck? Very carefully. You have to pick up ducks very carefully. My advice on relationships is, if you don't already, make sure you don't shut women down due to some planned wife. Obviously, attraction counts, but God has his own plans. I have never shut down a woman because of my planned wife, because I have no plans as of right now. I have visuals in mind, I have thoughts, but I don't let those stop me from relationships. Have you watched Overlord or Black Lagoon? I haven't watched Overlord, but I did watch Black Lagoon. Do you also try to get Twitch drops? I don't stream on Twitch. That'd be cool, though. $1 from Grigito. Thank you for the $1. I appreciate that. Have you tried being a teacher for special needs students? That's not my calling. It's not my call. I prefer to teach on the higher level, so I don't think that's my calling. My goal is to teach either high school overseas or at the college level. Let's see. A Moy Baran hero would be sick. Yes, it would. I'm not going to be here too long, so I'm just hanging out. Well, we got 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes until the stream, and we've got 138 people watching right now. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. Hey, Raven, want a copy of How to Pick Up Fair Maidens from Bloodborne? I'm not sure I trust Bloodborne to give me that information. I'm not sure I would trust them with that. That omelet was good. That omelet was good. Hey, any ideas on what the new hero is going to be? I have a few guesses, but I don't have any evidence to suggest. They probably base a melee Viking off Beowulf. That'd be cool. That'd actually be cool. Hey, Raymond, do you think a For Honor X Dynasty Warriors could happen? Back when the Wulin were first introduced, yes, I would have said yes. But now that I see how much hate the Wulin gets, no. Yeah, man, never caught a stream, but you guys seem chill. Thank you. Raven, hypothetical For Honor X Elden Ring crossover opinions. That would be really, really neat, but I don't see it happening. What knight hero do you want to get the unique skin for Season 2? What knight hero do I want to get the unique skin? I don't know. Peacekeeper. What are your thoughts on Bloodborne? Never played it. Darn it, I can't see the For Honor stream. My second period starts then and no phone's there. I'm sorry, man. Raven, what would you think of a Pike hero? By the way, I love that Helsing soundtracks you put in some of your videos, like the Astrea versus Apollyon one. Thank you. I like the Helsing soundtrack. Viking next season. No, Viking isn't next season. Outlander next season. Viking 4th season. $5 from Grigito. Since there's now Renaissance-ish heroes, I really wish we could see a Landsknecht. I need to see a sexy German in a longsword in a knight faction. That's Warmonger. Warmonger's based on the Landsknecht. I did a whole video on it. When is the Warriors Den? In about 6 minutes. Man, imagine a hand-to-hand fighter that parries by grabbing the opponent's weapon and just elbows you in the nose as a riposte. Yes! Is it wrong for me to not like Souls games? No, there's nothing wrong with that. There are lots of people who don't like Souls games. I'm not a big fan of the Souls series. I like Neo. I like Wolong. I don't really care for Dark Souls. I know that's weird, but hey. Hey Raven, what do you think of the Demon Knight from Team Fortress 2? I don't know who that is. We have millions of pikemen in Breach, and I very much don't like them. Agreed. There's nothing wrong with not liking it. I'm going to become an English teacher. Got any advice for starters? Be aware that you're entering probably the hardest subject to teach. Just be aware. What the? $100 from Dale Expert. Here's your day's worth of money. Hearing that a substitute teacher makes so little dealing with what they could be said demons is insulting. Enjoy your day, Raven. I do hope that puts a smile on your face, and sorry for flexing, everyone. Dude! What? Oh my gosh. Thank you. That made my day. I have now made more today than I would have substitute teaching. Wow. Thank you so much. That is awesome. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Ooh. That means the world to me. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Wow. And the stream hasn't even started. Like, we've still got about less than 5 minutes. Okay, well, since we're getting close to time, let's go ahead and do this. I still can't get over that. Chat, there we go. Okay. All right. This way I can this way I can actually see it a bit better. Well, I really appreciate what Dale Expert did. I'm still kind of gushing over that. You deserve it, bro. 100. Thanks, man. That means a lot. That really did put a smile on my face. I'm actually beaming from ear to ear right now. I might head over to the Warriors Den stream when it starts. Oh, you're going to leave us? Man, I'm sad now. But okay. All right. Do what you want. I should have mentioned that I'm going to be an English teacher in a foreign country. Well, Well, I've never taught English to Spanish speakers before. Be patient. The kids are not going to have a lot of prior knowledge. Speak slowly and carefully for them to understand you. And, yeah, that would be the best I could say. I'm right now training to be an English teacher in Japan or Korea, so. Raven, your chewing sounds like eating potatoes in Skyrim. Well, you see, the thing is, I have these, like, little crackers here. They're supposed to be good for you. They're supposed to be, like, good for you. But they're a little crunchy, so. Oh, anyway. Hey, Raven, how are you? I'm doing okay, man. What did you want to be when you were younger, Raven? I wanted to be a superhero. I wanted to be a superhero when I was younger. You should collaborate with Kenzo. That would be interesting. Kenzo and I have so little in common, though. He plays to flex. He's just a really good player. I'm not good. I am so not good. I have to go to class at noon right when it starts. I'm sorry, man. Sucks that you have class during the live stream. I'm sorry, man. That does stink. It's the microwave banana. Microwave banana wouldn't be crunchy. We might be co-workers in the future, then my next step is that. Oh, sweet. That'd be cool. Do you think we'll get drippy armor? I hope so. My fiance was going to teach English in Japan, but the Canadian COVID lockdown kept her from going. I'm sorry, man. That does stink. Hey, Raven, did you know there are some swords and axes in Team Fortress 2? I did not know that. All right. We got about 2 minutes. I'm excited. Anyone else here excited? I'm excited. All right. The time is coming, boys. Now, I know everyone always asks me to make it full screen, and I will, but first I want to make sure that the audio is all synced up. Because if y'all can't hear me, or you can't hear the video, then it's a moot point. So I want to keep it like this until we're sure that everyone can hear everything, okay? So when the stream starts, let me know if there's a problem with my audio or their audio, all right? I'm excited, Raven. I'm so excited. Hey, Raven, how do you think they can go about a more realistic approach for Pirates loadout? I don't know. That's a tough one. Only problem is the music takes over your voice and we can't hear you. Well, then I won't start speaking until after the music. How about that? Well, whenever this starts. If GamerSupps ever reach out to you, what kind of flavor shaker cut would you make? I would do like, I would do Raven's Tears. And they would take, and it would be like a grape, A sparkling grape mix. Like, that would be what I would do. That would be what I would do. It doesn't even show them live. It's weird. Come on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Ah, we still got 10 minutes. Okay, so how's the audio for y'all? Are y'all able to hear it? Actually, let me adjust something real quick so that way there's no echo. Alright, that should help. That way there's no echo. Can y'all still hear me? I love this image. This is so badass. I like the cathedral style stained glass window look. This is so cool. This is just so sick. I love it. Okay, y'all can hear me? Good. Can you hear the music? Lower them a little? Okay. Okay, how's that? Music is loud. Is this any better? I turned down the music some. Music still a bit loud? Okay, still very loud. Alright, we'll turn it down. Is this any better? Let me know if this is any better. Like, loud and clear, I'm late, but that's because I work third shift, so I'm losing sleep to watch you. Oh, guys still here flexing. I love that. Just a tad bit. Oh, wait, we got it perfect. That's better. Well, it also may change once they actually start talking. We may turn it up a little bit, too. So we'll see. Alright, I'm back. What's up, y'all? What's up? Glad to have you. Hey, Raven, question. If they put you into that game as a character skin, which hero would you choose? Probably Lawbringer. Lawbringer or Warden. Gotta go. Peace out, y'all. Later, not a Soviet spy, trust me. That's better. It's not as loud. Alright, we'll keep it this way for now. Hear me out. A flavor named Apollyon's Kiss, and it tastes like a sword dropping down your throat. That'd be scary. Alright, since we seem to be working well and we've still got 6 minutes, I'm going to run to the baño real quick. That's Spanish, if you didn't know. I'll be right back, y'all. And I'm doing pretty well. Sorry about that. I had to go and relieve myself before we started, because I don't know how long this is going to go. Alright. And we still got 5 minutes. Sweet! I love it. It's just heresy. I love it. Just absolute heresy. Orcs is the meanest and the greatest. if this is our metal, if this is test your metal, I hope heroes from Warmonger and Up get armor from the event. I hope so too. That'd be nice. Get some water. Need some water. Hold on. It's weird. They didn't mention the Warriors Den in their roadmap for this month, so I almost thought they weren't doing it. The only reason we're able to do it right now, guys, the only reason we're here is because someone told me in my For Honor Friday stream, hey, Warriors Den today, and I was like, oh, shoot. When you realize that if this event is Test Your Metal, you get to fight Apollyon and Tozan as Apollyon and Tozan. Oh, yes! That'd be awesome. Like, I come in as Apollyon, fighting Apollyon. Who are you? I'm you, only not a sheep. Hey, Raven, are you drinking sparkling water? It's actually something called Clear American Water. It's kind of like a, flavored water. Hey, Raven Knight, how you doing, brother? I'm doing good, the Viking uncle. Appreciate that. Why on a Wednesday? Don't you usually do these on Thursday? I think they do them on Wednesday because the update is going to come on Thursday. I think they do these Warrior Dens, like the title update 2 Warriors Den. I think they do those on Wednesday because the update comes on Thursday. Not sure if I want to watch this or if I want to watch Michael Knowles. Who's Michael Knowles? Why is he better than me? Everyone's better than me. LOL water, but American isn't just pure oil. Actually, this one's flavor is apple. This is an apple flavored water. Tozan, who are you? Kirsten, I'm you, just a lot more legendary. Oh, I got a message. Hold on. Who's texted me at this time? Oh, it's letting me know that other people are now streaming the thing. I've got competition. I got other people doing their thing. Got a lot of messages that I apparently missed. Okay, there we go. Fix it. All right. Michael Knowles is like Ben Shapiro in a way. Oh, okay. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? We see something going on over here. What's this? Hey, they're having fun again. Whenever they have fun, I'm always happy. Imagine more people watching Raven than the official stream. I would love that if more people came to see me. Alright, here we go, guys. Now, once again, I will pull it up to full screen after we're sure that the audio works once they start talking. Because that's the thing, I want to make sure that y'all can hear them and me. You can hear me over the music, but it may be different when they start talking. So I want to make sure that everyone can be heard. I thought you would know about Michael Knowles. He's a conservative commentator who works at the Daily Wire. If I saw his face, I'm a lot better with remembering faces than names. "15 seconds. Cease your heresy." Ben Shapiro's kind of scuffed. Man, I think he's some good stuff, but I feel Ben Shapiro has ups and downs with me. Oh, here we go. All right. Super kick butt opening. Yeah. Yeah, show off them heroes. I miss these trailers that they used to do for Heroes. I really miss those. They were really cool. All right, we're going in, boys. Live edition. Oh, this is live. This isn't from home. Oh, $10 from Al. Max the volume when they talk, good sir. All right. I will max the volume. Here we go.
Welcome back, Warriors! We are live with the Warriors.
All right, can y'all hear them and me okay?
Energy. I probably burst some eardrums there.
No, it's fine. We need a burst of eardrums today. It's important.
I love Brian. Brian Dixon is like my favorite host for this.
It's important to be hype. And we hope you guys are hype because it's year 7, season 1, title update 2, and we have so much going on in this TU.
I know.
Y'all can hear me okay. Everybody can hear me and them okay.
It's gonna be.
Make sure that
pretty
we're
awesome.
banging on all cylinders.
That's good.
But yeah, year 7, season 1, TU2 starts tomorrow, April 27th, and we got a lot of updates for you on that. But first, I believe we have some stuff for people in chat.
We do.
Do you have stuff for people in chat?
Chat, listen up. You should know how this goes by now, but if you're new to the party here, this is what you got
to
do.
Everyone says we're good?
We're doing that.
All right, then let's go ahead and go
you
full
gotta make
screen.
sure you
3,
link your UB account
2,
to your Twitch account
1.
because for every 30 minutes you're with us today on stream, you're going to earn a scavenger crate. And at the end of all this, we're going to do a draw, so somebody lucky will win 100,000 steel. And trust me, at the end of this, you're going to want to win that because there'll be some fabulous things to use that steel on. So this season.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And make sure you're not one of the unfortunate few who every single stream forgets to redeem your drops.
You do, yeah.
So pay attention because when you get that pop-up, you got to redeem it or you don't earn. And I've been witness to the horror of people going, I've been watching all stream and I forgot to redeem. So don't be that guy.
You've been warned. All
or
right?
gal.
Yeah. Imagine Raven
Person
wins
in
hot.
general, yeah, you've been warned, though. Please just
I've been warned!
Redeem, all that.
Oh, yeah. But because we listen to feedback, we're just going to jump straight into it. So we have this awesome preview of very cool stuff for you to see right now. So get hyped.
We get a preview too? All right, let's see the preview. What's coming?
On the morrow's dawn, the trial of the accused begins.
What?
Worship of the relics is strictly forbidden.
Okay.
Anyone in league with the fanatics or the disgraced Inquisitor Yin Chen will be subject to the full wrath of the Inquisition.
What?
This faith is a blasphemous lie. Anyone who ventures down this path
Oh my god.
shall be found guilty of heresy.
Yes.
There is but one chance to survive.
Oh my god.
Prove your innocence. Bet your metal.
Here it is, boys. Death by metal. Test your metal is back. But it looks like you're fighting the hero skins from last year. Wow. That is sick. I'm
There
so
you
excited.
have it. Death by Metal is here, and it looks awesome. So it starts tomorrow, April 27th, runs till May 18th.
Oh, 27th to May 18th. That's
Thank you for
a
joining
good
me in the
time.
segment.
Thank you for inviting me.
We got a lot of details to go through today. Like, this is a beefy section, and that's a technical term. So for those of you at home, stay a while and listen. So, Stefan, what can you tell us about all the stuff coming in Year 7, Season 1, Title Update 2?
I mean, we got the parade of content continues, so this is super cool. Are we going to start with the rundown? Or are we gonna start with...
I think we should start with Death by Metal.
All right, let's start
Death
with
by Metal.
Perfect.
I'm going to only say it like that today. Death by metal.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So Death by Metal, which is your tester metal, third version of this. For those that don't know, it's an elimination game mode where 4 players are going to fight against 4 boss rosters.
Big bad.
Rosters made of bosses, so you're going to see a
Bosters.
Bosters. Tozid, Goodmunder, leading different groups of enemy fighters that you may have seen from campaign or from the rest of the story.
Okay, so there are going to be campaign heroes in there.
Find out.
Exactly.
There's some surprises in there.
So
there are going to be some. So they're going to have the campaign.
So you see a couple different rosters in week 1
and heroes.
A couple different rosters again in week 2. A couple different rosters in week 3. So if you want to test your metal against the campaign bosses and other, this is the perfect place to do it.
Yeah, get spanked by everyone.
Yes. Oh boy. And in terms of this, each time you defeat them in the elimination mode, each round they get stronger and stronger. So they get more powers, basically. Their HP, their attack, their defense, all this kind of stuff goes up. So you're really going to see your skill level and your team's skill level. And there's going to be some frustration, but it's going to be some satisfaction as well when you achieve your goal and win.
I'm pumped for it. And then we got a lot of stuff going on in the rest of the season. We got Inquisition stuff.
So let's talk all about like what's going on here in Tester Metal. So how do we frame it?
Okay.
In the previous year, we introduced the relics. So it was pretty cool. You got to learn a lot about Heathmore and some cool characters. And then in TU1, everyone was hoping, Swords of Injustice year, this would be great. Everyone would get together and understand what these are. No, that's not what happened. It was definitely a season of injustice. And basically, they fought the heresy of the relic battle, where the servants of the stake, a.k.a. the relic worshippers, a.k.a. the fanatics, took these relics to this keep, were worshipping it. The Inquisition formed, and they attacked them. That's what you participated in TU1 for control of these relics.
But you can't kill people like that. You have to kill people like this. That was basically the Inquisition.
That's very important.
Yeah,
exactly.
You can't kill people in this way. You got to do it in this way.
But they got their way. They won in TU1 thanks to your assistance.
I like that.
For those of you who...
I love the map. I love the design for this map. Please keep it this way.
And here we are at the secluded keep. The Inquisition has won. They've set up basically the tester metal, the metal trials, where they're going to put people to the sword, basically, and you have to fight each other for survival. They're attempting to burn the relics, as you see it here in the temple. So you have to fight for survival. You have to fight to get out of this, get revenge on them. And I'm sure Fallen Inquisitor Yinshin will participate at some point. And maybe she'll have her own eye on the relics as well.
Where was the purge it with fire aesthetic for the Halloween event? Because that's when we needed it. This is spiders.
Fire is always a good one. Everyone loves everything on fire.
I like it on fire.
It lets you know something bad has happened. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it. We also, I think, have an event pass for this. So what can people expect to get in this event pass? We've got spiffies.
All right.
For the duration of Tester Metal, which is a 3-week event, you're going to have some lootable rewards that'll be available.
Oh, wow.
All through.
I like that battle outfit. The color's
so
great.
Here we are starting with Event Pass's battle outfit. This is the Inquisition's rule. We see here the ornament, the Inquisition Trials, and all the Event Pass theme here in TU2 is themed around the Inquisition. So here, Shadow Cult effect.
Ooh, I like that. I like that shadow.
Yes, definitely.
That's a
In
cool
TU1,
shadow kind
you had
of
a
thing.
bunch
I like
of,
that.
Fanatics themed Event Pass content. Here, as the Inquisition has won and is putting everyone to the trials, it's Inquisition themed content, which is pretty cool.
I gotta say that ornament looked great on Valk too. It fits the.
It's definitely dress up season.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, between Death by Metal, the fashionistas are winning.
Absolutely.
For honor, fashion.
Do we want to talk about the main event loot drop that everyone's going to be gearing for?
I think we do.
Yes,
we do.
Perfect. So, Tester Metal, the other super fun thing that I think everyone is holding out to see is the black armor set. Basically, what we have is every hero has a black armor set that drops as a lootable item.
Hey, look, guys, it's back. The armor you can get, and everyone gets some. Everyone gets some black armor sets from the original.
Well, if you feel that way,
look at that, it's back.
For you, get out there, grind out the loot for your hero. And we've retrofitted the black armor set to each hero. So that includes Aphira, that includes Kyoshin.
Look at this, guys! They brought it back so that you
Warmonger,
can play and get the hero
everybody who wasn't there
armor sets again.
Pirate, right?
Pirate.
Yeah. There's some
So
others
if you
that
missed
aren't
any
there.
of
This is the
any
long
tester
roster.
metal
So everybody's got the black
armor sets,
set.
now's your
You get
chance
the
to get them
gear.
back.
And we also have the black weapons. These are for only the original group. that
Yeah,
had
the
it.
weapons are not retrofit, and that's kind of how we've always done it with the what do we call them, like the recurring or revisited events. Like what is it?
I don't know. I call
can't
this
think of
one
the
kind of a
word.
semi-throwback because there's some
Throwback.
some
That's it.
originality,
Throwback events.
some familiarity to this one.
So I just arrived in Montreal, and I'm just, both languages are going in my brain. So I'm like,
It's going to stay there.
Les Vamos.
Don't be speaking that
But no,
Frenchy
I'm
stuff to
super
me.
awesome. Looking forward to that.
Hi,
Because
Skylar. Glad to have you.
Test Your Metal, or the new Death by Metal variation, which you all didn't know about, has been like a recurring request on all of the social media platforms since I joined the brand. It's been like, bring back Test Your Metal, bring back Metal Trials.
It's definitely been a while. We told you at the start of year 7, hey, book these 3 weeks to get your gear. So, yes, I hope you've done that. And
Well, I'm glad they brought it back. Hey, guys,
the gameplay's
it
awesome
goes to
too,
show they
to-
can
to-
bring
to
things
some
back.
balance
They
and
can
bosses.
do good stuff.
It changes each week, so it's quite fresh. Super fun event. Can't wait to begin it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to have fun playing this. There's going to be a lot of Warden top heavies. The team did a great job with everything, and like the realization with the Inquisition, the secluded keep, all that. But yeah, we've got I think we've got a video of all of the
The Age of
things.
Wolves battle outfit. Gotta love the
So we
Age
got
of
the Age
Wolves
of Wolves
battle
going on.
outfit.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
remember
sorry,
that well.
sorry, we
Bit more
jumped
time with it.
ahead to the lootable rewards. That's what these are.
Yeah, so there's some, in addition to the black armor set and the black weapons that are lootable for the whole 3-week duration, there's a bit of content here that is lootable only 1 week at a time, so in week 1, week 2, and week 3. Here we've got the Apollyon's Might embossing, which is week 2, so May 4th to May 11th. This is added to the loot pool, and this will drop. In week 3 only, the emote I Am War. So this is available from May 11th to May 18th. And then you saw at the beginning the battle outfit, Age of Wolves. This is time limited, added to the loot pool in April 27th to May 4th. So
There's a lot of dates, a lot of info, but as always, we're going to have a Warriors Den recap. So if you're like, that's too many dates, that's too much content to remember.
And what I will do,
you can
guys,
always look
is
back.
I will release a video later today basically summarizing a
but
lot of
yeah,
this.
that's
So
all
if
the
anyone
lootable
misses
rewards.
anything, I'll try to summarize it all
And so I
later in a
think we've
video,
got,
okay? Okay.
Just a quick reminder, Death by Metal is, again, available April 27th until May 18th. And then just before we jump into the rest of the title update content that we have to discuss today, which is quite a lot, we've got the entire roster of black armor that we want to show you right now. Like right now.
Now, okay, let's go over them. Warden looks sick. I like it. Peacekeeper is fine. I like her better with her face shown, really. Centurion. I always feel like that mask unnerves me a little bit. It looks weird. It looks like he has buck teeth. Gladiator looks good. I like gladiators. Black Prior looking like he's going out trick-or-treating. You do it, Black Prior. You go trick-or-treating. Warmonger. Oh, look at War Mommy. That actually looks really good. I like that War Mommy look. Griffin. Whoa. Griffin looks like a Varangian Mongol. What the heck you do? What's with the eyeshadow? That's weird. Lawbringer. Okay. All right. Lawbringer doesn't look half bad. I can deal with that. And then Conkadonk. Conk, why do you look so tall? You shouldn't be taller than Law Daddy. What you doing, man? What you doing, Conk? Raider. Put on a shirt. Zerk. It's fine. I don't dislike it. It's fine. It's okay. Highlander. I don't like that mutton chop mustache beard thing. I'm not a big fan of that. Shaman. Your hair looks terrible, but the rest of you is fine. Jorm. Looking like a beast, Jorm. Put on some shoes, my man. But you look good, though. Valkyrie, why won't you show us your face, honey? I want to see your pretty face. Warlord. Actually, you look okay, Warlord. I'll give you that. You look fine. Nothing wrong with you, Warlord. Okay. Kensei, looking solid. Kensei looks solid. Okay. Orochi. It's okay. It's okay. The arms don't do it for me. The rest is fine. Shinobi, yes, Shinobi looking good. He looks like a stereotypical Shinobi. I like it. Aramusha, for black armor, why are you wearing a white outfit? Someone tell Aramusha he wore the wrong shirt. Hitakiri, everyone wants that Hitakiri head. Everyone wants that Hitakiri head. Now's your chance to get the Hitakiri head. Play Hitakiri, guys, play him. Kyoshin, wow, Kyoshin actually looking kind of good. I like Kyoshin's look, that's cool. Nobushi. Lose that face mask. Show us your face. Shugoki. It's okay. It's fine. He's kind of fine. Tiandi. What's with the face paint, dude? You look silly. The helmet looks silly, too. You're just silly right now. Stop being so silly! Shaolin. I don't like the monkey look. I've never liked that. I know. It's a reference to Sun Wukong. It's just not my thing. I don't like the monkey mask. Nuxia. Show us your pretty face. The mask ain't doing it for you, honey. Zhang Jun. What is... You look like a clown, Zhang Jun. Stop it. Zanhu. Again, you look like a clown, Zanhu. Why you do it? Why you do it to me? But your armor looks sick. Your armor looks awesome. Then Pirate. Oh, Pirate. You're a black dragon. I love it. A black dragon. That is cash money. I love Pirate right now. That is so sick. Medjai. That's not bad either. Medjai looks kind of good. Y'all liking Medjai? I like Medjai. And then Aphira. Okay, Aphira looks fine. Aphira looks fine. Nothing really wrong with it. I think it's cool. Definitely going to try to get some of these. But yeah, Pirates is definitely cash. Wow, look at all these heroes. Holy crap, I forgot how many heroes there were in For Honor.
There you have it, all the spiffy black armors. So, yeah, everyone who was waiting for those to come back, they're back. And you guys can earn those again from April 27th until May 18th. I believe we have some time.
Yeah, they do look like a metal band, David. I agree.
In this TU, right?
Yeah, let's.
We got a whole list of stuff.
Let's do the rundown real quick. So title update 1, that's passed. Bunch of content. Now title update 2, Death by Metal, starting April 27th, as we just talked about. Remember, each week has its own rosters to fight against, difficulty, and time-limited loot in the week. The new armor variations, we're going to talk about that at the end. But this is for the Knights and the Samurai. And then Realistic Duel Mode is coming May 18th. So that's the week right after Test Your Metal ends. We've got a duel tournament that we'll talk about as well in a moment.
Yeah, boy.
And
you
then,
asked, we answered.
Yeah. And then Covenant Games, Heralds of Chimera. This will come June 1st. This is the last time that this is coming back for the foreseeable future.
Last time for a long time.
So if there's stuff you want on it, get in there, try it out. If you like the gameplay, get in there, try it out, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And then otherwise it won't come back for a while. And in its place in future seasons, we intend to bring back other throwback game modes.
Yeah,
instead.
More throwback events.
Exactly.
Everybody likes throwback.
Hero Fest for TU2. We've got Berserker, Orochi, and Conqueror in that order.
Do you want the Hero Fest Berserker?
Yes, I want the Hero Fest Berserker.
Wait, there's going to be a Hero Fest for Berserker? Okay.
No, that's great. So we mentioned one.
By the way, guys, stick around after the stream. I have some questions I need to ask you guys about the future of the channel.
So this begins May 18th. It goes to May 25th, so this is 1 week. For those of you who are like, well, I can get my black armor set. That's awesome. But guess what? I also want to complete the look with my tricolored black color swatch. This is the game mode for you.
So I might need to do some realistic duels to get
realistic
this.
duel, it drops for your hero and drops every match. That's why you picked realistic duel, so the grind is short, and you can get all the colors for all your heroes.
Everyone who's like, how do I get the all black swatch? Why did you get rid of it? We didn't get rid of it. We're just waiting to bring it back.
Exactly.
And
Custom metal,
now's
duel.
the time.
Now is the
So everyone
time.
who's like, man, I wish I would have got it back then. Well, you can get it now. and have that all black. No more having to do the 2 out of 3 and not choose any symbols. You can have your symbols and make them invisible if that's your jam.
All black, here you go, as edgy as you like.
Yeah, no, this truly is the title update for edgelords.
Yes.
You're all going to get everything you ever wanted.
This is the title update for edgelords. This is why I like Brian. Brian's very entertaining.
I think is interesting to see how much you can
Later,
do.
Labaj. I hope you do well.
Widget. It's gone.
Toss it.
Yeah.
For what do we?
We'll also be having, in addition to the realistic duel game mode, as mentioned, we're going to have a duel tournament. And this is going to be run by For Honor's official tournament organizers, Mr. Spaniard and Mr. Nutella. So that'll go from May 20th, so 2 days after Death by Metal ends, to June 4th, just 3 days before my birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Happy early
I'll be
birthday.
even older than I already am.
Oh, we'll talk about that, too.
Yeah.
Well, I won't be participating in that. I'll
But
just say
both
that
will be
right
prime
now.
numbers, so it'll be dope.
I will not be doing the duel tournament.
Okay.
And again, this is not related to the realistic duel game mode. This is a separate duel tournament because we've done a lot of Dominion tournaments, and people are like, why don't you do tournaments for duels? And so we said, okay, that's it.
Just like,
You asked for it, you're
okay.
getting it. This
Yeah,
is-
easy squeezy.
Like, okay, we'll do that.
So, yeah, there will be Steel and Cash prizes. Sorry, I got to look at the cheat sheet. Sign-ups are open, and you can join For Honor's official tournament Discord to stay up to date with future tournaments. So we turned the into the fray. There it is. Thank you, Brain. You always had my back. The Into
Yeah,
the Fray
well, let's go.
Discord is becoming just our official
Whenever
tournament
someone says,
Discord,
"Thank you,
so
Brain," I always wanna go like,
everything
"Yeah,
in
well,
one
let's
place,
go."
not have to have people go into all kind of different Discords for every single tournament. So all of our tournaments will just be there. Someone should be dropping the link in chat. Where's chat?
Tell your
Chat's
teacher
over
you're watching Raven Knight. Yeah, I'm so important. Tell your teacher, like, why are you
so, yeah,
distracted?
guys
I'm
can
watching
go there.
Raven Knight.
Also,
Oh,
it'll
well,
be
that's
in the
understandable.
Warriors Den recap on the
I got
website,
$1.99
so
from
if you
Frankie
miss it,
DeBella. Hey,
what was
Raven, what's the
link?
switch
Just
black
click on the
material?
And
The
then,
switch black
to get
material
to
is
the
like
duel
all
tournament.
black. Like, it's like,
Now we get to move
it's
on
like
to
an all
armor
black paint pattern that you
variations.
can put on your armor.
So let's talk armor variations. So tester metals armor variations, or armor sets, sorry.
So there's the black armor.
Okay, now we get to see our new armor variations, guys.
Exactly, that's a separate topic. And now here in TU2, we add new armor variations to the overall loot pool for the knights and the samurai specifically.
So the Knights and the Samurai. Okay, so guys, we get new armor for the Knights and the
Exactly.
Samurai
Every
this
future season
season,
we'll have
and next
the
season we
next
get
season,
Vikings, Wulin, and Outlanders. So they're jumping
Wulin
seasons.
And Outlanders. And then 3 we'll do Knights and Samurai again, and then 4 we'll do Viking, Wulin, and Outlanders again.
Yeah, so everybody will get 2.
Exactly.
So yeah, you'll get 1 the first time your faction comes around, and then the other one the other time. So yeah, you can
That's
look
math.
forward to those. Yeah, that's how it works.
Exactly.
Counting with numbers.
So we'll show you that in just a second, and then the other piece that's adding to the loot pool here.
Okay, based on this picture
is
alone, Nobushi looks
the Gladiator,
gorgeous.
armor
What the?
set.
Gladiator gets a face reveal!
face reveal.
Gladiator gets a...
Face
Ah!
reveal.
Hopefully,
Yes!
I can chat to it. I'm pretty sure they were.
Sorry,
Like,
I had a moment. I had a moment.
I think it's
Oh.
the first time ever, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, my
Yes,
my,
indeed.
Finally got it.
my
So
heart.
there are 2 variations of the Gladiator armor set number 5.
Yeah, glad looking.
I'm okay now.
So thank you so much for helping me go through all that.
My pleasure. Thank
some-
you for
some
helping
pinch-
me.
Some
and thanks
pinch
everyone
hits
for-
along
Guys,
the
I
way.
had a moment.
And
had a
next up,
moment.
a segment you will not
Whew.
want to miss because we will be joined by one Mr. J.C. Frenet, our Lord and Savior.
Now can
To go through patches.
that
But
means
first, check
that
out
means
the
next
complete
season you
armor
got to show us
variation
Valk's face.
roundup. Take it away, Max.
All right, here we go. Let's see him. Warden looks okay. Warden, you look okay. Peacekeeper. That's nice. That's cute. I wish you show your face. Show us your pretty face. Centurion. Actually, that looks kind of good. I'm not gonna lie. Centurion looks kind of good. Centurion looks good there. Gladiator. I thought you showed your face. Gladiator, show us your face. I mean, this looks fine. Don't get me wrong, but where's your face? You got me all excited. Black Prior. You look good. Black Prior looks good. Warmonger. That looks good too. Yeah. These are very nice. I like the black on gold look. That's very cool. Very shiny. Whoa. I like Griffins. That looks good. That looks very good. Lawbringer. Okay. Looking tight. Looking solid. I'm down with that. Conk. Wow. I actually like Conks. Conks actually looks really good. Guys, Conqueror looks great. Conquer looks great. Kensei, okay. I like the armor, not the helmet. The armor looks good, the helmet does not. Orochi. Again, same thing. I like the armor, not the helmet. The helmet, Mingo mask, it doesn't work for me. Shinobi. It's okay. It's okay. I don't hate or love it. It's okay. Aramusha. Okay, actually, wow, I actually like that. The hat does not annoy me this time. Okay. Hitakiri. It's okay. It's not bad. It's just okay. I don't like Kyoshin. Kyoshin, your hat looks stupid. Your hat looks way too stupid. Take that off. That looks dumb. Nobushi. Gorgeous. Mwah. That looks delicious. I love her armor. I love that scaled armor. That looks so good. That looks great. Shugoki. That also looks good. I like Shugoki's look here. The armor looks tight. The mask looks tight. This is excellent. Alright? Gladiator's face reveal. Look at this! Oh, that's tight. That is so tight. I love it. I'm going to be playing some Glad just so that I can get that. That looks so tight. Wait, what's this? More Glad stuff! Nice! Nice! Wait, where's the female? Oh, there's the female. You put a space there. Nice! This looks great. I love it. Do we get a samurai? Do we get a samurai alternate? Do we get a samurai alternate? Like for like Shugoki or something? No, just Gladiator. Oh, well, that's fine. Gladiator looks so good, I don't care. I don't care. That is so awesome. Glad looking amazing. That looks so good. Oh, my gosh. That is so sick. I'm going to see a lot of new Glads running around. But anyway, that's beside the point. Patch notes. Now we get to see what changes are coming to the game. I'm curious. What are they going to do? Hey, it's the boy JC,
awesome,
my man, my boy.
The armor sets,
yes,
the
JC, glad to have you here,
so
bro.
Super hyped for that. Plus, test your metal, death by metal.
Yeah, I'm so hyped for it. It was so much fun, and it's.
Yeah,
I think people are gonna be.
I mean, they'll be happy, but it's gonna be. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie.
It's pretty tough. So this should be pretty cool there.
But yeah, good luck finding that out tomorrow too. You don't even have to wait very long. But yeah, but. You know what? I am actually joined here by, of course, everybody's favorite. You know him, you love him, JC, the Lord and Savior of For Honor here, and all things
JC!
Design here is here to talk about what
it's
kind
my
of
boy!
Expect changes.
Get a round of applause in chat for JC, guys. Everybody give JC a round of applause in chat. We like to tease him. We like to tease him, but he's a great guy. He's a great guy.
So let's go for patch notes. We have a couple of things to talk about, so that should be pretty interesting.
All right, here we go.
Valkyrie changes. So Valkyrie right now is overperforming. We've got a lot of data, a lot of feedback from a lot of players. She's a bit too strong.
we hear you.
Yeah, right. She's banned and competitive. We wanted to try to act like as fast as we could. So this is going to be coming out tomorrow. So that's great.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll help resolve a lot of the issues that she has. I'm going to go through like the changes so everybody kind of understands. I'll kind of explain some of the things there. Right. So first up, Shield Tackle Strike. I think one of the biggest things that I've heard from a lot of people. It dealt 20 damage. It'll now deal 18.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Again, it's it's not a massive damage decrease, but it's enough to make a difference. Mm-hmm. And it was that high essentially because when we used to play test and we're working on the rework. The damage.
So now Raven has hope for Valkyrie's face reveal. They won't do it just to constantly tease him.
Walk and like go into guard breaks or do something.
For Honor,
else,
if that's why you don't show Valkyrie's face to me because you're teasing me, joke's over, man.
So we wanted to
don't deny the rest of the community just for my
pain.
pain.
Been out for a little while.
But yeah, it looks like they're starting off with a bit of a nerf for Valkyrie, which I don't mind. She was a little OP.
In the entire game, fully unreactable at all levels. Yeah, you can kind of pre-dodge it, but then if Valkyrie reads you, she can just hold it and hit you back a little bit later. Mm-hmm. So dealing a little bit less damage here should be pretty good. Again, like all of these changes, and I'll get back to it in the end, but we're keeping an eye on things, right? So if this still feels too high, we can always readjust. It's not a problem. So that's the important thing here to know that like we're doing these changes now. And then
Yeah, I like these nerfs. These are good. Valkyrie, I think this will help a lot.
The distance
it's not anything major. It's not destroying her character. It's just reducing some damage,
is when you go,
making it so that she can't chain on her tackle, strike, miss.
You can hold it.
Her zone attack's a little slower now.
Quite a bit forward, so she's losing half a meter.
Yeah,
of
I think
distance.
this is a good change.
You can't quite like babysit gank, stay on the sidelines, catch people from super far. So that should be like it's an interesting nerf here because it's not some things that we often do, but for this specifically, it makes a big difference there.
I love the concept of the babysit gank too.
Yeah, right.
I don't think I've heard that one before, but now I'm imagining Valk the babysit.
Yeah.
So.
So also as well, shield tackle strike. It no longer chains on
That's
miss.
an interesting way of looking at her.
Initially, we had it that they would chain on miss because we wanted to make sure it was like safe. Again, because it's the best bastion in the game right now. We've completely removed the ability for it to chain on miss. It's fully unreactable. We didn't want to keep like extra damage on top of it, potentially get a potential parry if you dodge. Like it's just if you manage to dodge it, you're gonna get a guard break out of it. You're gonna be able to punish her. So that's all good. That was kind of really requested there as well.
Yeah.
Like for such a potent bash, a potent attack, you need to be able to be punished like appropriately for this. So that works well. Yeah. We've also adjusted our damage curve for her chain and heavy finishers. So the chain one does 26 instead of 27, and the finishers do 28 instead of 30. So we want to lower damage a little bit. Damage has been creeping up a little bit too much lately. We do some experiments. We do to try some things sometimes, and we want to just readjust it downwards enough so that the characters are still good, but they're going to have to work a little bit more to get to where they need to go.
Gotcha.
Next, very, very big nerf, but again, it should still be good, is her zone attack, right? So we had buffed it to 500 MS while we were doing the testing rounds, and we're like, yeah, okay, it feels good. And then it comes to live, and it's like, well, it's a massive zone attack with huge trajectories, with a soft frame 2 shield tackle, with all sorts of crazy properties. And at 500 MS, it became such an insanely good group fighting tool.
Yep.
That we need to tone it down.
Yeah, I was fighting a
6,
Valkyrie just yesterday
good,
who kept
right?
using her zone attack to go into soft feinting, and it was insane. Yeah, this was a change that needed to happen. The zone attack needed this.
From external, from the people you're working against. So it's not meant to be an unreactable tool. It's meant to be something to be able to hit people externally and do that sort of good stuff there. So it being slowed down a little bit should be enough to make it a lot more manageable. And on top of that, we've also adjusted the weapon trajectories on her zone attack, so they have a little bit less reach, right? Because they used to have massive reach with that really big spear. And we've also adjusted their start and end positions, so the trajectories themselves, the kind of hitboxes, they match the weapon swing better, right?
Okay.
Like it normally, there was a bit of an offset here, and it wasn't super clear. You would get hit early. Didn't look like you were getting hit. So we've kind of tweaked these a little bit so that it looks better and it feels better fighting against her.
Sure.
That's where we're going for Valk.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like significant nerfs.
But Valk
really
needed these nerfs.
This
Valk
is gonna
needed
help
these nerfs. I
the
stand
character
by
get
that.
unbanned. We know like she was banned or like sort of banned in a lot of competitive plays. So with this, we're hoping that we're able to tone her down enough and
Bring her back. Bring her back.
bring her back.
So
Right?
All right,
she's
next.
gonna be okay now.
Yeah. Right. We still want her to be strong, right?
Oh, of
It's not
course,
like we don't want to have
yeah.
a really bad character there. So that should be like that.
No, what's next?
Absolutely.
We got it. You're
Okay,
good.
perfect. So
next
next up-
character. Tiandi.
So we've also done some nerfs to Tiandi.
Okay.
Tiandi fell a little bit under the radar for a lot of people when we had the Valkyrie and Tiandi testing grounds. People were like super hyped about Valk. They're like, oh yeah, she's super good, blah, blah, and then came out. People were really focused on Valkyrie. But Tiandi was also low-key real strong. I know some players are starting to recognize it more and more and more.
Yeah.
And so, like I think I saw in chat earlier, people that were saying like both Tiandi and Valk were banned in competitive duels. So I'm like,
Oh, wow.
maybe
Yeah.
this is also
Okay.
going to help there.
So these are
Oh, yeah,
also
so we're
minor
doing
nerfs.
some
They're not
things
anything
to Tiandi as
big.
well
They're
to
just
make sure the
minor
character is-
damage
has to work
and
a little bit more to get to where they want to go.
timing nerfs.
They
but
do
they're not
less
bad. They're not
damage.
anything that's going to
They're still
destroy
super
him.
slippery. The idea of having a really slippery Tiandi is super cool to us, and screaming his name all the time too. That's always.
Uh-oh. No, don't do this. I think I may have lost internet, guys.
Consistently.
There we go.
So-
It's back.
Getting sure that the character has to work a little bit more to get to where they want to go. They do less damage. There's
We're
still
back.
super
We're back.
slippery.
We didn't
The
lose
idea
it.
of
We're
having a
good.
really slippery Tiandi is super cool to us, and screaming his name all the time too. That's always consistently. So getting slightly lower damage here. Make sure that Tiandi has to work, like I was saying, a little bit more to get to where
We
they
got
need
it.
to
We're
go to
good.
defeat
We're good.
opponents. Same with top Tiger Dodge. That deals 10 instead of 12. With the mix-up that you always get into after your finishers, from front dodge into like either top Tiger Dodge, going to palm, going to all those things. Want to make sure that, like, yeah, Tiandi still can apply pressure, but at the same time doesn't apply insane pressure with
We
too
are
much
good.
damage.
Sorry about the
into
scare,
your
guys. Sorry about the scare.
Right? Okay.
Next up, we have Dragon Kick Miss Recovery.
Dragon Kiss.
It's not
He said
700
Dragon
MS
Kiss.
up from
JC, are you a
that's
little
pretty
lonely,
recent.
buddy?
Like
You want to kiss a
700
dragon?
recovery, right? The big difference here is that normally when you're looking at like how things work, when you're able to dodge it, all that sort of stuff works, is that at 700 MS, Tiandi has to make a call on whether they're going to recovery cancel the recovery with a dodge or not. When it was at 6, a lot of the time, like most of the time, you could side dodge it and Tiandi did nothing and could counter guard break if you attempted to guard break.
No.
So because of this, it created a lot of issues where you don't need to commit to anything. You just throw a kick, and if it misses, you're safe.
Yeah.
Unless your opponent did a dodge attack, and then you could even like counter that also
Right.
a little bit more. So it's like, well, it's an attack that deals a lot of damage at the end and needs to be able to be countered properly. So it being at 700, it forces a Tiandi to do something. Because if you decide not to do a recovery cancel, you will get grabbed by a guard break. And then when that ends up happening, you take at least like 24 damage most of the time. So it kind of like dials down that mix up a little bit. And again, we really want to make Tiandi players have to commit to their kicks,
Sure.
commit to the recovery cancel, and get into that.
Commit to the kicks, Tiandi players. That's
Commit to the kick.
Uh,
Kind of like me when I play
next up is
Alibi.
the Dragon Kick
Commit.
follow-up, right? So the heavy that you get
to
from Dragon Kick.
the
We lowered the
kick.
damage down to 20 up from it used to be 24. So again, damage nerfs there. That kick is probably one of the better bashes in the entire game. Like that's feintable. It's very, very strong with all the recovery cancels, all the soft feints, everything you can do. So lowering the damage down to 20 is good. It's not like
Right,
again,
well, if we're getting
it's
nerfs
lower,
for
it's 4
characters,
damage
are we
less,
getting
but again,
buffs for
it
characters
kinda
like
goes towards the
Warden?
philosophy of
Sorry.
you're gonna have to work a little bit more to get to where you need to go.
Right.
And you can still recovery cancel afterwards on hit and go into a front dodge palm or whatever and keep the pressure going. So that kind of works there. We've also adjusted zone attack. So the first hit now causes a medium hit reaction instead of a heavy hit reaction.
Okay.
That helps in a lot of situations where when you do a heavy hit reaction, your opponent is kind of stuck in a situation where like they're in recovery for longer, right?
Okay.
So because of that,
Nothing
you
they've
dodge
changed
later,
so far seems
block
that big to
later,
me,
you get
but
to
I want to
parry a little
remind you
bit later.
guys I'm not
all
an
those
expert
things
on
added up to
balancing or anything
giving
like that.
Tiandi
So
way too much from advantage when you
if
just land that zone.
you
It goes
need
into
more
a kick as
detail
well
on
for the
whether
second
these are
hit. So
good or bad
you can do a
nerfs,
lot
go
of different
check out
things.
people like
So getting it back
Freeze
to a medium
or
hit reaction kind of
Slanderous
puts it on the
or
same
John
level
Maliner
as
or Havoc
all
or
of
people like
Tiandi's
them who
normal
would
heavies.
know this
So
kind
makes
of
a lot
stuff
more
better
sense
than
there
me.
to have that.
I'm just telling you my
It was a
thoughts
weird
based on what I'm
interaction,
seeing. It
probably
looks
didn't need to
fine.
be heavy at first, but whatever. So it's good. It's a good time to fix it now. So that's
Yeah.
great. And then finally, we've also adjusted the chain timings from opener lights, opener heavies, as well as all Tiger and Dragon dodges to the finishers, so to light and heavy finishers. They used to be from 100 to 300 MS. So you could chain to them very, very, very quickly.
Okay.
And now they're from 2 to 3, like which is like the more standard timing that we have. But one of the big things that this does is that if you throw a heavy, because beforehand, like on live right now, if you throw a heavy and then you go into a 400 MS light, with the chain timing to parry those lights, even if you were able to, right? If you read a parry, you could parry on a single frame. You had a single frame to parry instead of like a much wider window. So with this being delayed a little bit more, you have 100 MS at least to parry every single time if your opponent kind of mashes and buffers it. So we want to make it like it's when you do read and you get, oh yeah, I can do this, then you're actually able to do it, right? So it lowers Tiandi's pressure a little bit in those situations. But again, it's a lot for reducing frustration for playing against a hero.
Watching on your
We
end of the
have
stream is
that
more
kind of
entertaining,
better
though,
feeling
despite
there
you
of,
not
well,
knowing
okay,
the damage
it's
numbers,
not
Raven.
so bad. And
Appreciate
we're able
that.
to
That
deal
means a
with them
lot.
bit better.
Means a lot.
That's it for Tiandi. Again, like I was saying for Valk, also applies for Tiandi. We're keeping an eye on the hero. We know they were a little bit too strong, so we're starting with these nerfs. If we need to do more, we'll do more in the future. So no worries there.
There
Yeah.
we go. So
Next.
again, commit to the kicks, and he'll still be the loudest hero out there on the field.
Yeah,
There you
most
go.
likely.
All
Right?
right.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Next.
All right, so
Hero
other hero
improvements.
improvements, right? So for Kensei and Shaman, we've adjusted the miss recoveries on their heavy finishers They used to be like 1,000 or 1,100 ms depending on the hero. They're now back to 700. Right?
Okay.
So at that speed, what it does is that it makes those heavy finishers a lot safer when you miss them. Right. So we want to encourage players to use them, to let them fly, and to actually go, well, I can use it and not be crazy vulnerable. What if I'm using them in a team fight, somebody dodges them or whatever. So we really want to make sure that those attacks are, like I said, they're safer, they're more usable, and that you get like a bit of like better frame advantaging.
Okay.
It just feels better to use.
Yeah,
basically, right?
yeah.
It's pretty simple. It brawls down to that. So that's
Feels better.
yeah.
Okay.
So for Shigoki, we've also adjusted their heavy finisher miss recoveries at 700. Same reason for Kensei and Shaman. Makes a big difference for Shigoki as well, right? Like those big swings, so that's great. And then the next little line is really interesting for me. So heavy finishers now gain uninterruptible stance at 100 ms.
All right.
Instead of, I think it was like 4 or something. So if
This
you've
allows
been
Shugoki to
following
go
the
into
game for a
his
while,
hyper armor a lot faster.
You might remember that it used to be at that timing before.
Right.
When we did, like, I think...
So that's going to make Shugoki a lot harder to
that
deal
timing
with.
there,
Right.
And it felt good, but at the same time, Shigoki could chain on miss from his side dodge headbutts.
I
And
get the
what this
feeling
caused
that
is
he's
that
giving
Shigoki
Goki this
on a
help because
defensive
he
action
identifies a lot
go
with Goki.
Side dodge headbutt. Opponent reads that they're doing that, dodges it, tries to do a dodge attack, tries to do a side dodge,
That's a good
whatever.
point. Why is Shinobi up
Shigoki
there? It
just-
should be
like,
Shaman.
goes into their heavy
Hold
finishers,
the heavy, yeah.
trades with dodge attacks that are not bashes, which is most of the cast,
Right.
is able to trade with them,
Well, they both start with
massively
I
win in
guess.
damage because they're big heavy finishers, and that caused a lot of issues. But because of the dodge changes that we've done recently, where side dodge bashes cannot chain on miss anymore, we're now able to bring this back.
Oh, nice.
And so this is one of the things that like is great for us, is that it kind of gives us like a better footing for some of these types of changes to come in the future. This is like the first step. We're looking at doing more and more and more, but it's like an example of the type of things we can do. This applies to front dodge headbutt, for example, right? So you can still chain on miss on a front dodge headbutt. That's not a problem, but it's more counterable. You can't really dodge with it. It's more like you can like light people out of it or whatever. You have to be more proactive. So that's great. It's gonna be harder to punish, but at the same time, like characters like Shigoki kind of need to have that pressure and have that sort of stuff. So that's what I find really interesting here is that we've done those changes. It helps us do more in the future and balance things a lot better.
Nice. Very cool.
And next up for Centurion, so zone attack now costs 9 stamina per hit, down from 12. And we've also adjusted the zone attack hit trajectories to better match the weapon visuals. Again, we want to have Centurion players be able to use their zone attacks a lot more in the minion lane against multiple players. Centurion is a hero that kind of struggles in group fights a little bit. So with this, with a much lower stamina cost, like at 9, 3 hits is 27 stamina. It's not a ton. You're okay generally. Like it's less than some characters have like that cost 30, right? So that's good. It's 3 hits. You can mow down like the minion lane if you want. A lot of good stuff. So we want to have there. And then the trajectories are also like a little bit bigger, so it's easier to hit people externally and get into that good mood of, well, okay, I'm gonna defend myself and hit people. So that's all good there.
There you go. Nice.
And then finally, we have weapon trajectory updates. So we've adjusted the weapon trajectories again to better match weapon visuals for the following attacks, right? So for Warmonger, all of our side heavy openers and finishers have better trajectories, flatter, a little bit bigger, means you can hit people externally way better, right? So a lot of what we're trying to do with a lot of these attacks is make sure that you can use them defensively as well as offensively. And so having that be able,
so basically what they're doing is they're making the attacks, the side attacks, a little wider so that they can help you in a gank where you have more. Like let's say that you're surrounded by 2 or 3 people and you're focused on one person. When you swing your heavy,
but at the end
the
of the day,
heavy has the potential to also do damage to the enemies around you too if they get too close. So it's a way to keep them back.
And then for Griffon, basically all of Griffon's side, light, and heavy attacks, so openers, chains, and finishers, I've also had updated trajectories. They're bigger. They have more reach.
Well, Warden didn't get the update we all wanted.
It's another
I'm
big
sad.
buff to Griffon.
I'm
and
sad
we've seen
now.
that, like, right, so Griffon, like, it's interesting.
Oh, well, they gave us a
because
glad
we
face
did
reveal.
one
I'll
small
go with
buff
that.
A couple of patches ago. I don't remember exactly how many because it's all a blur at this point. But where we made front dodge light being enhanced, right? And so because it's enhanced, it opened up Griffon quite a bit from one small change. And one of the things that we're trying to go for now a little bit is taking a lot of these heroes that might be underperforming a little bit, and trying to do like little incremental updates over time to see where they'll end up. Because sometimes you do like too much at once, everything blows up. It's like, oh, this is way too strong or whatever. So having that kind of feeling there of we're incrementally getting heroes higher and better, that works well. And because our patch schedule, like we do a lot more updates, and we're able to like we do like updates on pretty much every single title update. So it's great. We have we're able to get all that stuff going. So that's amazing. We've done that in the past as well. So that's all right. Really good for me.
Yeah, again, we're just kind of continuing on this schedule. Again, every 6 to 7 weeks we have a patch. We're always doing balance, and that's kind of the thing, right? Like we are a live game. We're going to continue to iterate and take feedback into account and look at that. And so I think that's really cool. So thank you so much for sharing that. And speaking of feedback too, we just recently wrapped up a TG too, right?
Yeah. So a couple of weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, we just finished Lawbringer and Nuxia testing grounds. So we're in the process of gathering all the feedback, getting everything together, making calls, decisions, what are we going to do, what's going to be happening. So I would just say stay tuned for more information coming onto this. Okay. There's not much more to announce, but just like we're gathering all the feedback. Right? So again, thanks to everybody that gave feedback, whether it's positive, negative, you loved it, you hated it, you loved like small parts, hated small parts, whatever it is. It's all good. We're super happy to get everybody's information, everybody's feedback, and be able to act on it and look it up and make like good decisions afterwards.
Absolutely. All right. Well, so yeah, thank you, community, for that. Please keep up the great work with all the feedback. Again, we appreciate it a lot. Yeah. So, and thank you, JC, so much for coming on, sharing these updates and what we can expect. And again, tomorrow, this is all going live tomorrow. You don't even have to wait a week. All right. That's why we're doing it on a Wednesday. We're trying something new. We're like, let's just do it, and then tomorrow you can play all this.
Hey, that answers all y'all questions. We know we're saying, why is this on a Wednesday? He just said it. He doesn't want y'all to wait a week. Isn't that generous of him?
Stay tuned. We're going to be back up to do a bit of an outro wrap up and go over some more of the content that's going to be dropping in the season. So don't go anywhere.
All right, we're wrapping it up. Well, I gotta say, based on what they said, looks good. I have no complaints. I have no issues with what they've done. Looks like they've made good changes. I think that Tiandi and Valkyrie both needed the nerfs. I like most of the armor sets that they've revealed for the Knights and the Samurai. I love the new Gladiator face reveal armor, which looks awesome. I'm definitely going to be grinding for that. I'm glad that Test Your Metal is back, and the way they're doing it is ingenious. I like that they're not only involving campaign characters, they're also involving the hero skins, which is a great idea. I like the minor quality of life changes they're adding to Warmonger, Griffin, Shaman, Kensei, Centurion, and Shugoki. I think I got them all. I think those are fine. I don't think they're going to make or break any of the characters. I think they're just going to help overall gameplay. Glad that we're going to hear pretty soon about the Lawbringer and Nuxia testing grounds. Said that they're gathering information right now, so we'll get to hear all about that. So far, yeah, everything looks really good. I'm pleased with what I'm seeing. This looks promising. I'm looking forward to what's coming in the rest of this half of the season. And I hope you guys are enjoying too.
What an awesome show, as always.
Yeah, great show. I liked a lot of what was shared.
Death by Metal is here. Go play it tomorrow, April 27th until May 18th. And then following Death by Metal is going to be the duel tournament, May 20th to June 4th. The link should be dropped in chat already, but we can have someone drop it again right now. They didn't know that was going to happen, so I put them on the spot.
Let's keep them on their toes, all right? Some of us are ready, and some got to be on their toes, all right?
And then following the realistic duel mode, we've got the duel tournament. Or no, I just said that. Following the other way around. Following the duel tournament, we got realistic duel mode, a lot of words, May 18th to May 25th. And you can earn your black color swatch, your all black Apollyon.
Just okay.
Like
I'm just waiting for X Defiance release date. Whatever you say,
I've been
James.
paring down my black t-shirts.
I've been pairing them up. It's crazy.
More color.
I'll take all your black ones. Yeah, I want. Just give me all the black.
Cool. And then we've got, for the last time, for a long time,
Raven, say Apollyon's famous line in her voice. I can't do her voice.
Coming back on you, June.
All right, Heralds of Chimera is coming back later. Cool.
There you go. We salute you, Dabney. See ya.
Mrs. Obama, it's been an honor. And then, armor variations will be coming. So you get the Speak of Black armor, as well as also, as you mentioned, there will be the armor variations. For
Oh, that was funny.
for the Knight and Samurai. The rest will be coming. And then I believe we have it's community corner time. It's time for community spotlight videos.
Yo.
What's been happening? What have you guys?
All right,
been
what kind of
saying?
cool? Let's see the cool videos that they've got today.
Show it. Play.
I want to see their community corner today. What they got? The heaviest of breathings. Ooh.
Yeah, they cut our mics for no reason. But here we have the sweatiest of moments.
Ooh.
Here with our boy.
What?
This one.
Wow,
this one I
okay.
I didn't think he was going to pull it off, to be honest.
No. I mean, all those minions, any one of those could have
Dang.
extended the man's career.
Oh,
We got
look
very
at
bizarre
that!
fan art for all our
Is that a JoJo reference?
intellectual properties interest.
It's very adventurous, though, whatever it is. Yeah.
And then for all of you who want an unarmed warrior.
Oh.
The unarmed warrior warlord,
yeah!
He's beating him with his fist. Yeah!
It looks good, though.
It does. It does.
We need an unarmed
And as
warrior
we're talking
now
about
based
doing
off
the
this.
we're
Yeah.
gonna have
Yeah!
an execution that'll go perfect with that.
Hey, look
Ooh.
at this fan art here.
More warlord love. When
Ooh,
I
that's
first saw
a
this,
warlord
I thought,
look. I like that
certainly
warlord
that's
look.
AI art. And then they were like, no, that's a person.
That's a
and
person in
cosplay.
there?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. When good cosplay meets good photographer, magic happens.
Oh, that's incredible. Nice.
And then the ultimate Lawbro experience. And I feel like this is what most Lawbringer mains look forward to happening, because it's it's magic.
Oh my gosh, they just keep going. Somebody faint.
Someone
There's no
faint!
feint to GB here, only
Yeah.
respect. And that's it. Thank you, everyone, for submitting
That was
your
pretty
content
cool.
that you create, your video clips, everything.
You know a pirate just ran up behind that Lawbringer and killed
yeah.
him right when
Hey,
that
Raven,
man
just
was
to
out
know,
there.
what's the
Yeah.
most annoying character you've ever seen or read about?
Was it?
we cut it early.
I need to think about that.
We wanted a happy ending.
There's no happy endings for
Yeah. So someone in chat's being like, "That's not how it ended." But no. We always love seeing the content you guys submit, whether it's on Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, wherever. We're always on the lookout
Pinterest.
for it. So, Pinterest is a hard one. It's a hard one to break into.
I'm not really sure how it even works. My wife uses it. That's all I
unfortunately
know. Yeah.
But that's not all. We've got Hero Fests.
Oh yeah, let's talk about Hero
Sweet.
Fest. So,
Hero Fest Berserker's
yeah,
coming. May
Oh,
18th.
Berserker. Yes, I love the. I know for us and like 5 other people who get that, get that reference, but it's a great
we're
reference.
old. It's
are.
fine.
We're dating ourselves.
But we're hip. We're with it.
Are we?
Yeah.
Talking about Pinterest? Is that?
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah. That's what the kids are doing.
Is that
The ticking and the talking.
TikToks and their Pinterests and stuff? So,
That's like,
super cringy.
I love
Yeah,
Brian.
so
He's
let's
hilarious.
talk Hero Fest. Just a quick reminder of that. We talked about it during the last Warriors Den, but we're really just stepping up our game for Hero Fest this season. So every title update, there are going to be 3 Hero Fests now. So remember, the whole point of the Hero Fest is for 1 week. You will be able to play that hero for free if you don't already own them. And if you want to purchase them, there's going to be a 30% discount for that. Also, simply by logging in, you are going to get 2 free symbols for everybody in the roster, which are very funny, and I love the way they look. It's great. And new to Year 7 as well, during the Hero Fest, for that hero specifically, it's double XP for the hero. So if you want to grind out some more reps on a hero, unlock some of those new armor sets, now is the time
That's
to
actually a good
do it.
idea.
So first up
I like
again, Berserker will be coming on May 18th, so right after the Death by Metal event.
Death by Metal.
So there's Berserker coming up, and the following week on May 25th, the
Orochi.
Orochi. All right, everybody's favorite light spammer there. It's always good. And then
Conk.
With the mostest.
there we go, the Roaches with the Moses. And finally, week 3 on June 8th, the Conk with the Bonk. There we go, Conqueror there.
The Bonkerer.
And even though Vanessa's not with us today, just know that her and the animators have prepared for you all some incredibly violent and disturbing unique executions. I don't know who needs to tell them. I'm a little worried, but
We'll get through it.
we'll get through it. Okay. We'll get through it by releasing more.
Yeah.
There we go.
We can
we'll
have a
just
fire.
dive
We
in.
can sing Kumbaya. We will survive. We will rebuild.
We'll rebuild.
We will
I like it.
rebuild.
Let's rebuild. So beyond that, too, we got some content of the week coming up. First up, Mythic Outfit, the Candlelit Shrine.
Ooh.
debuted
I really
in
like
case
this
you
one.
I like
do, too.
that.
I like candle wax.
Yeah.
So you'd like the wax on the
I like the
skull.
shrine look. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, it's good.
Does a body good.
It's a good waxing there.
Oh, it
Yeah,
blows
okay.
out the
Yeah,
candles.
I
I
like
like that. That's
Moose
cool.
chilling with the candle lit stops.
Sure.
I like it.
I'll take it. I'll take it. And then we have a new execution as well. Universal execution for everybody. No weapon needed.
Told you.
That'll go very well with
Ooh!
Lord Bug
And it ledges.
and at Legends. Yes.
Great
Yeah, for those of you
execution.
who don't know,
Oh,
we
that
actually
was
played the little game
nice.
too when we're designing executions. It's the Will It Ledge game.
Yeah.
And that one indeed will ledge there. So
If it'll ledge a brick, it'll ledge a ball.
it'll ledge ledge everybody. There we go. We can ledge whatever we want. It's
Ledge a
what we do.
wrench.
Ledge. It'd be good. Ledge a metal.
Brian, don't push it.
Yeah,
Don't
there
push
it
it.
is.
Background.
Boom,
There it
pipe
is.
wrench.
Great. And also, we have a new arcade, returning arcade quest tomorrow. I've practiced this one. I'll try it again.
Shawan
It's
the
fast
Michi
again.
Wahebi.
Jano Michi Wahebi.
I said it
understood
first.
heavy.
Okay,
As
good.
a warden main, I understood heavy.
You understood the Hebi? Yeah. It's the Hitokiri, the recipient of Hitokiri's.
Yeah.
I understand.
For me,
the
it's
Hebis
Nobu,
too.
but yeah.
Fair enough, yeah. But that'll be available starting tomorrow through May 4th for Marching Fire owners. And yes, last but not least, this weekend we have an event, Death by Metal. That's right. So be the faction with the most Death by Metal matches won. I expect everybody to be in the Death by Metal playlist because I can guarantee you I'm going to be there and I'm going to need your help. It's hard. Well, hard for me at least, but yeah. But so please help me out. So
And as always, don't forget to follow us everywhere that we are. We are now at For Honor Game on all the things, all the places.
Mm-hmm.
We finally got rid of that pesky _US on the Instagram. So
Oh,
we're
yeah?
just
Nice.
7 years in. Crushed
Year
it.
7.
Yeah.
All right, we're on it.
Year 7, For Honor going strong. But yeah, so follow us at For Honor Game on Twitter, Instagram, and don't forget to follow right here on Twitch,
There we go.
because that would be strange if you didn't do that.
It'd be a little
So,
weird. We're not gonna lie.
Yeah, and then subscribe to the subreddit, which
Yeah.
is just For Honor.
Yeah.
The For Honor subreddit.
The subreddit,
Because we spend a lot of time there. I spent a lot of time on all the social medias, but I know a lot of us on the team. We spend a lot of time on Reddit.
We do.
So, but yeah, follow us on all the things, and thank you once again for joining us for another amazing Warriors Den. We hope you guys enjoyed Death by Metal and all of the rewards, that black armor, that black swatch, all of the edgelordiness.
All of the
Gladiator
edge
face
lording.
review, yeah.
Yes.
That'd be good. Yes.
All right, well, thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you next time.
All right.
All right, and that wraps everything up, it seems like. Okay, awesome. Well, I know a lot of y'all want to get going. I know that a lot of y'all are done now. You're kind of like, okay, we're finished. There are a couple things I want to talk about first before we go, and then I will go get some lunch, and I will let y'all go back to your wonderful lives of not having to listen to me ramble. So, a couple things. First of all, a great Warriors Den. I greatly enjoyed the Warriors Den today. I thought that it was very nice. It was short. It was sweet. It was to the point. I'm glad to see that we're getting Test Your Metal back, or Death by Metal as it's called now. I think the backdrop is incredible. I think the return of some of these cosmetics, and I think it's all just fantastic. I know that the community is going to be very happy because we've been asking for Test Your Metal to come back for a long time, and it's finally back and in a big way. I think that is fantastic. I also am very happy to see some new armor sets coming. I'm not a big fan of all of them, but a lot of them look good, and I love the new Gladiator face reveal. That is really, really sick. Really cool to see some realistic duel stuff going on. I'm looking forward to that. I won't be part of the tournament, but I will do some realistic duels to get that black armor set, which will be neat. I like this new execution coming out tomorrow. That looks really funny. I'm going to get that. And I'm looking forward to the Hero Fest coming out. So all of that is coming, and I'm very excited for that. I also thought about the patch notes. And here's the thing. I know that they didn't change a whole lot, but I'll be honest, I really didn't expect them to change a whole lot. Keep in mind, this is only a halfway through the season patch notes. They're not going to make a whole lot of changes. They're mostly just going to adjust and tweak things since it's midway through the season. And they make large changes at the beginning of seasons. So I don't expect any major new testing grounds or changes until next season. So for what they're adding, I think it's fine. These are quality of life updates that we needed. They're nerfing Valk and Tiandi in a way that I think is going to be healthy, and they're making some quality of life changes for a couple other characters and their capabilities. I think what they're doing is perfectly fine. Looked good. It didn't look like they were hurting anything. I greatly enjoyed it. I'm very excited to see what's coming. To the people in chat who were saying that this isn't worth much and this was a waste or it was just okay at best, I'm sorry that you were disappointed. I, for one, think it was fantastic, and I am very, very excited for what they're going to do. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. Before we go, I know I've pretty much lost half of the people who are watching, but I do need to say this. Here's the question I want to ask. Since we're going to be getting 6 total Heroes Fests this season, like we've already done 3, they're going to do 3 more. Should I wait to look at all 6 Hero Fest executions? Or should I go ahead and look at the 3 we have now and then look at the last 3 at the end of the season? What would y'all rather me do? Should I wait to look at all 6 together or do the 3 that we've done now? Let me know in chat and I'll decide what to do there. I got to take the dog outside. Please be quick. I'm quick. I'm going quick. Look at what we have now, or I rage. Wait. Yes, please. Wait. Yeah, wait and do all 6. Wait until the end of the season. Wait. Just wait. Do the first 3. Wait. I would say wait. Got a lot of waits. Do it now. That's another reason I think it's okay. Don't really care about arcade. They barely talked about arcade, dude. I don't even know why you brought that up. Wait for all 6. The second opinion. Probably wait. Do the 3. Save it for all 6. Looks like most of y'all are saying for me to wait. Okay, so I will wait until all 6 have come out before I look at all the Hero Fests, and then I'll do them all together. Wanted to make sure that y'all were okay with that before I did that. Okay? Alright, so that was the big thing that I wanted to ask. Next order of business. We are nearing... let me pull it up so that y'all can see. We are nearing a big milestone. We are 20 subscribers away from 30,000. We are 20 subscribers away from 30,000. That is a huge, huge deal for me. And Lark and I have been talking about what I should do for that 30,000. And so we are discussing ideas. We've got a few thoughts, and I will post them in a poll. If there's anything you'd like to see me do, let me know. But one idea that we've been thinking about is possibly, since it's 30,000, 30K, I don't want to do... I've said before that I was done doing Warhammer content, but we were discussing possibly playing something like a Warhammer game on a stream. Maybe something like Space Marine or that other one that recently came out. We were talking about that. Let us know what you'd like to see us do for 30,000 as a celebration. We'd be more than happy to consider it. But I want to thank you guys so much for helping me reach 30,000. I am so excited. I'm so happy that we got this far. I'll be honest, I really didn't expect it. I didn't expect us to get this far. 30,000 is a huge stepping stone. I know it's nothing compared to what folks like Havoc, Slandy, Freeze, and all these others have gotten, but for me to reach 30,000, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. So thank you guys so much for that. I want to thank you. Don't forget that Friday, we will be doing another For Honor Friday, and we're definitely going to do a little bit of Test Your Metal. We're definitely going to do some of that. I'm very much excited for that. So let's see what chat says. By the way, Raven, have you seen this new series that a dude is making with a world of For Honor? It's called Fallen Honor, I think. When I saw it, just felt like a missed chance of something so cool. I have not seen it. Personally, would love to see you do a Total War game, maybe even the Warhammer Fantasy one. The only reason we can't do Total War is because our internet is not strong enough to maintain it, and our computers wouldn't be able to handle it, let alone stream it. Raven, expect the Ruth montage this weekend. I am looking forward to it. You think you could get Dredge? It's an interesting game. I don't know anything about it, so I'd have to research it first. Without knowing anything about it, I would have to research it. All right, well, if there's nothing else that y'all need to say in chat or any last-minute questions, we'll get ready to log off. Are there any last-minute things y'all need to say? Well, Demigodzilla, it's not because we don't want to. Lark loves Total War, and I'd love to do it with you guys, but his computer runs it so slow even when we're not streaming. Can't wait for the 30K special. Me neither. I'm excited. That'd be really cool to see you play a Warhammer game. Like, unfortunately, there's no game set in the Horus Heresy to match with your 30K. I know, but, you know, we'll make it work. Any last-minute questions before we go? And then I'll go ahead and sign off. All right. Well, if no one else, okay. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for coming today. I know that it was a little impromptu, and I was really happy to do it. This was a very fun stream. I got to talk to some folks. This was great. You guys have a great rest of your day or night, depending on where you are. Wait, hold on. What's this? Can you, Lark, Hannah, and Jay play Dead Island 2 for the special? Hannah and Jay do not have it. Otherwise, I would say yes to that. Anyway, thank you guys so much. And as always, I will see you in my next video. Take care.